protect your soul.
Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.
And welcome to the Liberty Stadium in Swansea, the venue for this match. This is Derek Ray, joined for commentary by...
Starts with the ball over the top, perfectly weighted, and then through on goal. Do you go for placement or do you go for power? Well, he certainly wasn't messing around, was he? Absolutely smashes it past the keeper. It's a really lovely finish. Well, the manager's showing signs of frustration. They need to improve if they're going to get something out of this game, Derek.
On they go again. A wake-up call for the City players, maybe. Can they find a response now? Doyle. Good tackle. And that is that. The 90 minutes have come and gone. Neither side holds the advantage.
Well, he's got his angles right there. Just look at that for goalkeeping.
Foiled by the post.
Well, sometimes they go in off, but not on that occasion.
Well, he couldn't quite hit the desired target.
Well, he's hit the beans on.
And he scores.
Well, don't they look easy when they go in?
He might be wishing that hadn't been his plan of attack.
Well, he's tried to be too cute. Just strike it, lad.
It all falls on his shoulders. If he scores, they win. Well, chance wasted.
Well, hit the target, 12 yards out, please.
Well, the responsibility is on his shoulders. Failure to score, and they lose. Well, dead centre with that penalty.
Well, 90% of the time, the goalkeeper will move. There's your penalty.
And now a heaven-sent opportunity to win the match. And you've got to say, that was a wild penalty attempt.
Oh, it's a country mile. He's missed it.
A chance to revisit the goal.
Hello and welcome back to the We Are City channel, live again today with our alternative commentary. And it's live match day, Manchester City versus Swansea in the FA Cup. And it's a replay of last season where City, I think it was last season, the season before, City managed to get through, didn't they, in the end. 2-0 down to Swansea. Raheem Sterling winning a penalty. Sergio Aguero scored a double, a third goal that was offside, in fact, for City, but they went through in the end. And Swansea are a tough side, and City have put out a strong side today. Pep Guardiola has gone with a strong side in response to that. So if you just look on the left-hand side of your screen there, you will see the Manchester City side. City have gone with Zach Steffen, the cup keeper, the American, in goal. A back four of Kyle Walker, Eric Garcia, Aymeric Laporte, and Benjamin Mendy. A midfield three of Rodri, Gundogan, and Bernardo Silva. And a front three of Sterling, the captain, Gabriel Jesus, and Ferran Torres is back in the side. Ruben Diaz misses the first game for Manchester City since signing. Apparently, he's not fully fit. I think Pep's probably given him a rest, which is quite right. We always ask your predictions in the comments, and I'm going to go to that very shortly. But also in the comments, let us know what you think of the side that Pep has picked today. I think the back line I'm totally happy with. That's sort of City's second choice back line. If you think of City's first choice, you've got Edison, you've got Steffen in today, then Cancelo, Stones, Diaz and Zinchenko. So Pep's gone with a second choice backline. But City are in a title race. City have got some tough games coming up. Spurs this weekend, then Everton in the midweek, then Arsenal, then West Ham, then Manchester United, then Borussia Mönchengladbach, all mixed in over the next few weeks. And Pep's put out his pretty much only midfield choice, the midfield three of Gundogan, Rodri and Bernardo Silva, which I'm a bit unsure about. So you let me know how you think about that. What do you think that's a good decision from Pep? I think putting Ferran and Jesus back in there as well is a good idea. I think Foden's a pretty much a first choice play. I'm surprised Raheem Sterling's in there. I expected Riyad Mahrez to picked ahead of Sterling today. And if you saw the FIFA Predicts, which played in little clips just before I came on, it is live on the channel. You can go and watch that. Claudio Gomez is on the bench today. The youngster signed from PSG at 16 years of age. went on loan to PSV, got injured, never seemed to work out for him. He's been playing for City's youth team this season, been getting in the squad for Manchester City. On FIFA, Pep Guardiola, he brought Gomez on in the second half, and Gomez scored the winning penalty to give City the win. And of course, City had a really, really tough time against Swansea in that FIFA predicts. Swansea were really good, and City, Sergio Aguero had to come on and score. Of course, no Sergio Aguero today. We expected him to be back. He's still not back. He's still not fully fit. So on to the comments. Laway is here as usual. It's good to see you, Laway. Laway says 2-0 to City. And Sanjuna says, someone new actually, Sanjuna, nice to meet you. I don't think we've had you in the live chat before. He says 3-1 to Man City. Also a little comment here about the FIFA career mode. He says, please don't sell Sterling in the FIFA thing because he's my favourite player. I'm a big fan of Sterling. Big fan of Sterling, and on FIFA, he's absolutely incredible, isn't he, if you've been watching the career mode. He scores some amazing goals. I think he's so much better on that right-hand side, isn't he? And, you know, Benacer, who we've got in midfield, the Algerian, and plenty of players, can play those passes in behind to Sterling. And he's rapid, and he gets past fullbacks with ease. They can't stop him. And then he's scoring there, isn't he? Always puts it across the keeper on that right foot. Fantastic. Now, Sterling asked us to leave. We didn't make the choice to get rid of Sterling. Sterling's asked us to leave, but Sterling hasn't left yet. And I don't want to spoil things, because maybe Sterling does leave and join Real Madrid like he asked, or maybe Sterling doesn't leave. You'll have to wait and see. The career modes are coming out 3 times a week, the Manchester City career modes. So on Wednesdays, Fridays and Sundays, you will see the Manchester City career mode. There's one that came out just before today's. We went live today, didn't it? With Raheem Sterling, we said he's back, and he's back playing in the first team there, but the transfer window, I don't think he's shut yet, is it? So we could still see Sterling leave. Of course, we've got the Celta Vigo career mode that started on the second channel this week, yesterday, and if you have missed that, head over to the second channel and check that out. It's a really good, entertaining career mode, which is based upon sort of City's model behind the takeover and who they signed and so on. It's a bit of a... I find it quite interesting. So City versus Swansea today, that's the main thing. City want to win the FA Cup. They want to win the Carabao Cup. City are always looking to win the domestic cups, and they should be beating a side like Swansea today. They're showing a few goals on BT Sport. It's on BT Sport 1 today in the UK. Lowe looks a dangerous striker. The Hander looks a very good midfielder. And they're showing a few goals from Matty Grimes, who I think is an ex-Manchester United youth player, if I'm not wrong, scoring some absolute smashing shots from the edge of the box. Hopefully he can't do that to City today. But City have got a very good goalkeeper, haven't they? Second choice goalkeeper in Zach Steffen, who should have a good performance. On the City team that they've put out, like we said, I'm not so sure if City need to go that strong against Swansea, but maybe Pep's got a bit of a worry of last season, where they caused a lot of problems for City last season. Swansea. Bertrand Salina, ex-Manchester City youth player, was at Swansea. I think he's left now, isn't he? He's not in the Swansea team today. One interesting one is the striker for Swansea, Morris, or winger, and his last game he played for was for Columbus Crew in America, and that's the side that Zach Steffen played for. So 2 Americans in the team, and 2 Americans who might know each other pretty well. I think they both played for City, for Columbus Crew, in fact, at the same time. Steffen, of course, moved to City, and Morris has joined Swansea City. And Swansea are a side that, if I'm honest, a favourite of mine when they were back in the Premier League a few years ago. I wasn't happy when they got relegated. I didn't think they, deserved to get relegated, really, but they did sort of, really fall off a cliff, didn't they, when they had, was it Carvajal in charge? But if you think back when they had, Michael Laudrup that time, and he brought in Michu, a one-season wonder Michu, but absolutely incredible for that one season. A player like Erling Haaland, who said he looks up to Michu, he even does the Michu celebration, doesn't he? Erling Haaland. Wilfried Bonney, who City fans know pretty well, didn't work out at City, but he was really good for them. Scott Sinclair, another one from Swansea, came to City, didn't work out. They had some really good players. Chico Flores at the back. I'm trying to think of some of the midfielders they had. Leon Britton, he was really good. The Welsh Chavy, they called him, didn't they? Along with Joe Allen. So a very good side, Swansea. They've gone down. Maybe they can come back into the Premier League. They were sort of I think the Premier League fans of a certain era, especially that, the first year City won the league, that was the first time Swansea were in the Premier League. And Aguero made his debut against them. I was there at that game. 2 goals and I think it was 2 assists, wasn't it, for Sergio Aguero? 1 assist. Incredible debut, and I always remember Swansea City because of that. And that was Brendan Rodgers who's in charge now at Leicester. So they've had a good run in the Premier League. Swansea couldn't sustain it, but hopefully they can get back into the Premier League again. But even though I'm saying I quite like Swansea, I'm hoping City do beat them today. City have a really strong side out there, but they had a strong side out, didn't they, City, against Cheltenham in the FA Cup. Other than maybe you'd say Tommy Doyle was in there, Taylor Howard-Bellis, who's joined Blackburn on loan now. And this is a really strong side. Fernandinho apparently is not fit either. I think he would have been in there ahead of Rodri, and Rodri would be given a rest. And this is the problem. City, as big as a squad they've got a bigger squad than other teams, haven't they? Pep likes to play a strong side, so the players that are sort of second choice don't really get a game. It's sort of good to see Mendy back in there. Pep sort of throws him out of the team. You can see why. He's not very good, is he, Mendy? And I wouldn't be surprised if City try the hardest to move Mendy on over Zinchenko this summer. But whether that happens, we're not quite sure. Andrew says 2-0 to City, so that's 3 positive predictions for City. Everyone expecting City to win. I mean, we should be expecting City to win, shouldn't we, against Swansea? But you never know. It can always go either way. These sides, you know, they try really hard to win games. They'll put everything into the game. They've got nothing to lose, have they, really, Swansea? So that they'll go for it. We've got a new little feature on screen, if you haven't noticed. It's a sub count. So above the live match day where it says subscribe, if you haven't subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. Subscribing does help us out. And if you didn't know how many subscribers we're on 525 subscribers now. That's really good. Thank you very much for 525 subscribers. We're trying to hit that big milestone under 1,000 subscribers. I think when you hit 1,000, we've said it before, that, you know, people start to take you a bit more seriously then, because you've hit the milestone that YouTube set as you're now a professional in some way, don't they? And we're at 525, so we're not far off. If everyone got one person to subscribe, that would be brilliant. And that's a live counter. So if you subscribe or get someone to subscribe now, that counter will go up, and you will see, you know, yourself live the difference you're making to this channel. So it'd be great if you can get some people to subscribe, and we can see that counter grow throughout the game today. Sophie's gone with a 2-0 to City as well. A lot of people going with 2-0, so that's 3 predictions for a 2-0. 1 for 3-1, so let's see if that is the way it goes with a 2-0 to City. I think City should be scoring more, shouldn't they, against this Swansea side? You think of, you know, Raheem Sterling, Ferran Torres, Gabriel Jesus up top. City really should be beating this Swansea side a lot easier than 2-0, shouldn't they? It should be a higher scoring game. Ferran Torres, it's good to see him back. He was playing so well for City, actually, through a central role, wasn't he? Playing as a lone striker. He suffered from COVID, didn't he? And he had to go out the team, and he's not really got back into it yet, but he's coming back. And you can't expect players to be out the team or not train for two weeks or so, 3 weeks, I think it was in Ferran's case, and come straight back into the first team and just go straight back into the flow that we're in. You need to gather momentum as a footballer. And it's like that in a lot of sports. Teams do gather momentum. You think City at the moment are on a massive momentum streak, aren't they? Where they've just keep winning games. And if you're on that momentum, you've got to keep winning games. And Pep Guardiola always says about winning games that if you do lose a game, which will harm your momentum, which will harm you. Look at Liverpool. They've lost 3 games in a row now at Anfield. It's the next game that matters. You've got to win that next game and keep yourself in there. So Manchester City versus Swansea. It's on BT Sport today with less than 5 minutes away from kickoff now, and it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a very tough one. We do a lot of these lives on this channel, so if you're new, please do join us more often in these lives. We don't just do FIFA content, we do these lives, and we also have the second channel. We do lives for other games, so it's not just about Manchester City on the second channel. It's more about, you know, the world of football. So we do little lives on, I think we've done Inter Milan, Atalanta. We did Celta Vigo versus Atletico Madrid on Monday night, which is very interesting. And these are sort of games that you can't always watch. And if you can't watch them, then listen to us like the radio. And then you can sort of enjoy the game and just have someone to talk to, I suppose, in the times that we've got at the moment where people are stuck at home. They're struggling to socialise with people. I think it's really nice to have a little fan channel like this for you guys to interact with us. The two sides are getting ready to come out on the pitch now. It won't be long till kick-off now, and I will be back very shortly. We'll just have a little short break. If you're new to the channel, our little welcome promo. So the players make their way out onto the pitch, and we'll put a bit of crowd noise, just a little ambience in the background to make it a bit more interactive for you guys if you can't watch the game Loay 2.0 says, I like Doyle. What position does he play? Well, that's an interesting one, that Loay. When I first started seeing Tommy Doyle play for the youth team for City, he was an attacking midfielder. You'd say a Kevin De Bruyne sort of player. And over the years, as he's got a bit older, he's dropped deeper. He was more of a box-to-box midfielder, I think, the season before and the youth team. And this season and sort of towards the end of last season, he is more of a holding midfielder. He's actually grown quite a bit. When he first started playing, obviously he was only 16, 17 years of age. He was about 5'4", 5'5", not the tallest, not a really a holding midfielder, but he's really grown in height and he in stature as well. I think physicality's improved, which he's really pushed him towards getting into that first team a bit more. And he's an incredible passer of the ball. I think he's a really good passer of the ball. If you saw him against Cheltenham, he really can put some crosses in. He's got that De Bruyne-esque sort of cross in him where it's got the right sort of pace and curl and whip and everything about it's perfect. And I think he really could be getting in the City side now. And hopefully, I think he can play the sort of Foden role that Foden did in his first season at City next year, where he just started to make, strides into the first team, and over time he can get into the team more. It's not easy to do. It's taken Foden a while, hasn't it? And Foden is a pretty special player, and that's why. But Doyle's class, honestly. I think Doyle, if I'm entirely honest, I don't think he'll make it at Manchester City because he's not Phil Foden's level, and you have to be Phil Foden's level, which is pretty much the next big thing to make it at Manchester City. But it wouldn't surprise me if he played for a very good mid-table or higher, top 6 Premier League side. I think he's good enough. FIFA and Fortnite Kid says 3-1 to Manchester City. Well, he's also, I assume, City you're going for there. FIFA 21 and Fortnite Kid. I'm hoping that it is a 3-1 win for Manchester City. Any win for City today, but I'd love to see some goals, wouldn't you? And Gary Ramsden, Gary's a regular here in the channel. Good to have you again, Gary. He says 3-0 to City. I'd be surprised if Swansea score. I will be as well. Although I think Eric Garcia, not the best in the air, is he? Not the quickest either. Lacks a bit of physicality. We could see that they stick on Eric Garcia rather than Aymeric Laporte. But Kyle Walker's there to help him out. And with Walker, with his pace, physicality and all that Kyle Walker's got, I think he'll help Eric Garcia out massively throughout the game. Not that Garcia isn't competent enough. I think he is competent enough. But he doesn't want to be at City, does he? He will be moving in the summer to Barcelona on a free transfer. The City side there on the screen now, if you are watching on BT Sport, we'll go through it just one more time. So Stefan in goal, a back four of Walker, Garcia, Laporte and Mendy, Rodri, Gundogan and Bernardo in the midfield, and then Torres, Jesus and Captain Sterling up top. City have got 3 youth players on the bench. Tommy Doyle, who we've just been mentioning, Claudio Gomez, who we mentioned at the start, a youngster that was signed from PSG, the next N'Golo Kante at the time. Didn't quite work out, but he's back in the first team again. Maybe he can get some opportunities. I think Pep actually thinks we lack a midfielder. When you think of Kevin De Bruyne being out injured, other than Gundogan, Rodri and Bernardo Silva, City don't have another midfielder in there, do they? I think Pep sees Foden more of a winger now. He was saying the other day, wasn't he, his interviews, that Foden doesn't really have the composure and the tempo of a midfielder quite yet. He plays at one pace, which is a pace that a winger plays at, and Foden needs to learn a sort of slower pace. So Gomez and Doyle around there, and Adrian Benabe's on the bench as well. Benabe, who been dubbed to the likes of sort of David Silva in his style of play, came from Barcelona's youth team. He's been playing left back for the youth team this season though, so let's see. It's just because he's a left footer pretty much. There's a lack of left footers, isn't there, at the moment it feels in world football. Loay says he's got a really good cross. Yes, he has, Tommy Doyle. I think he made his debut for City really in the first team a few years ago. Was it last season in the pre-season tournament? I think it was last season. And he was taking corners and causing all sorts of problems for the defence in pre-season. He's a top player. And FIFA 21 and Fortnite Kid says, who is the goalkeeper? The goalkeeper is Zach Steffen, second choice goalkeeper for Manchester City. He was signed for about 18 million from Columbus Crew, a player that the CFG, the City Football Group, had been keeping a really good eye on him. And they did eventually bring him in. And they loaned him out to Freiburg, I think it was, in Germany. We have kickoff, by the way. And then he came back to Manchester City as second choice after Claudio Bravo moved to Real Betis on a free transfer this summer. So Manchester City versus Swansea. Kicked off 10 seconds in. It's live on BT Sport. The referee is not a well-known referee. I think it's one of these from the Championship. If they give a chance in the FA Cup, is low for Swansea. Grimes the cross. I think it's gone out for a corner, has it? No, it's a goal kick, in fact. Kyle Walker slow to react there early on. And it was Grimes, the midfielder we talked about, who's showing the little replays of him scoring some absolute screamers for Swansea. Hopefully he doesn't do that today. Here's Rodri. Now, City are playing out from the back, but immediately something to notice is City have given the ball away again here. The pitch is very bobbly, and City are struggling a bit with that at the moment. Playing the ball along the floor, and with a bobble on the field, it might cause a few problems. Zach Steffen on the ball here, plays it out. The match is on BT Sport the way in England, BT Sport 1 here in the UK. Here's Eric Garcia bringing the ball out from the back. Into Gundogan. City here immediately away here. Gundogan onto the Swansea defence. Gives it wide to Ferran Torres on the right hand side. Good flicking by Ferran. Sterling on the edge of the box. Oh, Bernardo Silva left that. He could have had a shot there, Bernardo. Let it roll between his legs for Sterling to try and hit it. Didn't quite work. It's Gabriel Jesus making a run from deep. Jesus creates some space for himself. Gabriel Jesus tests the goalkeeper's hands. Stings the palms of the Woodman. And Jesus has picked up an injury. It's a really good shot from Jesus. Good power in it. Testing Woodman, the ex-Newcastle goalkeeper. It looks like Jesus is going to have to come off here. So 1 minute and 40 seconds in and City have got an injury. Gabriel Jesus, as he's shot here. The replay doesn't quite show it. As he shoots, I think he falls funny on his ankle. When he falls, and Jesus shoots with a lot of power. Both feet come off the floor as he shoots the ball there towards the Swansea goal. And it looks like he could have damaged his ankle here. He's in a lot of pain, so City might be after making a substitution within the first few moments here. The physio on for Gabriel Jesus, just giving him a little roll of his ankle. But whether that is going to be enough for Gabriel Jesus, it looks like he could have done a lot of problems for himself here. Riyad Mahrez warms up. I mean, not a bad replacement in Riyad Mahrez, but I would have liked to see Liam Delap on the bench, if I'm honest. I think it'd be a perfect opportunity for a man like Liam Delap to come in. I think if you watch any of City's youth team, the reason Liam Delap isn't playing because he's got a pretty poor record for getting red cards, Delap. He seems to, I mean, he scored a hat-trick the other day against Derby and then got sent off. So I think that's why Pep Guardiola's not picking him to teach him a lesson maybe. Jesus is up though, moving pretty well. Looks like he's going to come back on, and that's already 1 or 2 minutes wasted of the first half that will probably be added on at half-time. He's back on. He's a bit of a limp to Gabriel Jesus, but not too much. It looks like something he could run off. I think he just maybe fell oddly on his ankle there and twisted it slightly. So here's Mendy with a throw-in just on the halfway line. Down to Bernardo Silva. He's back to the old Bernardo Silva. Love a little back heel there to Rodri. Hello, sorry if we've got any technical difficulties there. We should be back on again. Let me know if you can hear me. As you can expect, internet issues once again. These internet companies, what do you pay for? What do you pay for? 6 minutes in, nothing's happened. I mean, I didn't have the game either, so I didn't get to see what happened. But nothing's happened. It's still 0-0, so don't worry, everyone. I hope you're still in the chat. I hope it's back on for you. Loasis landing funny on your ankle is not nice. What happened to me when I was playing centre-back for my team? Yeah, it's funny, isn't it, your ankle? If you think how mobile your ankle joint is, you know, your foot can move pretty much any direction other than sort of back on itself or spin itself around. And if you just fall on it funny, because of the way the joint moves, it can be very painful to land on it, and it can cause a lot of problems. And ankle injuries, you know, that's the sort of injury that ruins people, isn't it, ankle injuries? Here's Gabriel Jesus on the ball. I hope I am back, everyone. I hope I am back on and you can hear me once again. Laporte. It's Eric Garcia now. Wide to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo hanging out on this right hand side now. Ferran Torres. Ferran. In behind, it's headed away by Swansea. Calmly done by Grimes. He seems like quite a tidy little midfielder, as Grimes. Rodri down to Gundogan. Excelling in this attacking position, isn't he, Ilkay Gundogan? I don't know why we haven't played him there all the time. Seems like he's perfect for this attacking midfield role. Gundogan. Little pirouette, then to Jesus. Jesus is fine now. Good footwork from Jesus into Sterling. Oh, and then Sterling loses the ball. Blames the other player, but it's his fault that. And Swansea clear it away. Oh, they're in here. Oh, Garcia's been burnt here for pace. Chance for Lowe, and Rodri deals with it really well. But Eric Garcia there, running through quicksand, trying to catch up to the player, the Swansea City player. Lowe asks, what do you think of the Lukaku link? For me, I don't want him to see him at City, in my opinion. For some reason, I have a feeling the Lukaku link has something to do with Kevin De Bruyne. I really do. I don't know if Kevin is asked to sign Lukaku. You think of Messi at Barcelona. Messi is thought of like, I mean, the best player there, the best player in the world. He has a lot of say in signings, doesn't he? And a lot of time they say Messi suggested this player. I think De Bruyne likes playing with Lukaku. I think he's someone who gets on the end of his crosses, who understands him well. We would end up seeing him chase his first touch around the field for 90 minutes, which not the most, not the best thing, is it, for a striker? Would he fit City's style? Depends. You'd have to not get him involved in the build-up play. Literally just stick him up front and kick the ball at him and hope that he puts it in. And even then, people are saying he's lethal. He misses one-on-one situations. He's like Sterling for missing one-on-ones. So, for me, I don't know. Would I... If Sergio Aguero left and you said to me, City are not going to sign a striker at all, then I'd take Romelu Lukaku. But, I mean, Erling Haaland, his teammate we've been told today he's not interested in joining City. He's going to sign a new contract. Lautaro Martinez, I think he's a better choice than Lukaku. Again, his finishing's a bit hit and miss. He's not a 30-goal-a-season striker. So it's hard for City. I think they're going to find it very hard to find a replacement. But Lukaku is a strange one. He's been linked for a long time now, and sort of reliable journalists are linking Lukaku with City. But I can't see it happening myself. He'll cost so much money for a 28-year-old. It's just not going to happen, is it? Here's Laporte. Nice ball into Mendy. Mendy can't get the end of that one. Not quick enough. In behind, and Gundogan there. 9 goals in his last 11 Premier League games for Ilkay Gundogan. Like a striker. Is the German midfielder. Really excelling in a forward position. And City have wasted him, haven't they, in a holding midfield role for 4 years now. Here's Woodman sending it long for Swansea. And Dak Steffen quick off his line to deal with that. And then calmly into Benjamin Mendy. Mendy turns like a truck, gives it back to Laporte. Laporte brings the ball out. Continues to bring the ball out. They're not pressing Aymeric Laporte. I think they know that he's probably the best ball player at City in defence. Here's Rodri. Sterling's made a really nice run. Mendy's picked up in the wide position now. Mendy's going to cross this in. Overhit. Mendy crosses it from one side of the box to the other. Nowhere near anyone. Bernardo Silva picks it up and gives it back to Eric Garcia. Here's Rodri. Walker. Wide to Bernardo Silva. Taking on the Swansea player back to Walker. Look for a cross there, Kyle Walker. Not really in his ability, is it, a cross? So he's trying to take on the Swansea player. No chance, Kyle Walker. That's poor. He wins himself a corner. No, it's a goal kick. That is poor from Kyle Walker. Thinking he's some sort of winger there. Thinking he can take a man on. Just did nothing. Knocked it past Grimes. Grimes just said, no problem there. And then the other Swansea midfielder, I think the fullback, came in and took it off him. Poor from Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker's going to get a bit of a stick, isn't he, really, at the moment? Because he's just not João Cancelo. João Cancelo's just an incredible fullback. But Walker's better than him in a lot of things, but Cancelo's just, for fan entertainment-wise, if you think of who's the more entertaining player between, for example, Bernardo Silva and Rodri, you'd say Bernardo Silva's a more entertaining player, but, I don't mean Rodri's a bad player. It just means Bernardo Silva's more entertaining to watch than him. Here's Aymeric Laporte into Rodri on this left-hand side. Mendy's making a run down the wing. Mendy with a rare start for himself. City, like we said, is looking to get rid of him, I bet, but you won't even get a mid-table French side wanting him on loan. No one will pay his wages. Here's Mendy. Laporte. Back to Sterling. Sterling goes for a cross into the box. It's cleared away by the centre-back. And, of course, Joe Latibodier is in the defence for Swansea City today. Ex-Manchester City man, captain City's youth team at, I think, under 16s, under 17s, 18s, 19s and 21s. He's captained them at plenty of levels. That's Joe Latibodier. Here's Bernardo Silva. Sterling. Walker on this wide side. Walker playing very attacking. Doesn't suit City that much because he's not that good going forward, unfortunately. Sterling. Captain again today. He's done alright on the ball there. Bernardo Silva. Kyle Walker. Rodri. Andrew says, looks like Jesus is okay. Yeah, he does. Seems like he's fine now. Mendy with a cross into Jesus! Oh, and he hits just above the crossbar. He hits the sort of post hanging, holding up the netting. It looked like it had gone in there. Good cross by Mendy. Oh, Jesus just leans back a bit as he hits that. Gets underneath the ball. I think the ball did bobble across to him. It's a very good cross from Mendy, in fact. Gabriel Jesus will feel he should have scored there. If you do want to listen to us as commentators, or as me, for a commentator for the game, then just time your clock up with ours. And you'll be able to listen to us talk you through the game. Here's Sterling. Taking his man on. Sterling. Oh, unlucky. Wins a corner. Does Raheem Sterling up against, I think it's Roberts. The right wing back, the Welshman for Swansea. Quite a good player. One of them that looked like he could make a move to the Premier League team at one point. Impressive at times. Connor Roberts, I think it is. But obviously, I think he's a Swansea boy, isn't he? From there. Came from their youth team. Didn't want to move. And the other centre-back that's partnering Latibodier today for Swansea is a man on loan from Chelsea who's having a very good season as well. From their youth team. Gundogan takes the corner for City. Crosses it in. Laporte at the back post! Oh, and he somehow headed it wide. Nearly put it in at the back post, did Aymeric Laporte. Just bobbled along the floor. It's a good run from Laporte, this. Completely lost his man. Unlucky. Just not the perfect connection from Aymeric Laporte there, which has let him down. But not a bad header in the end. Not a bad header. Swansea play a long ball here. Oh, Garcia's been beaten in the air again. With a knock-on from Lowe, but I think it's Morris who can't get in the end of it. Lowe's looking a bit of a dangerous forward, in fact. Just hearing here that he scored 7 in 7 for Swansea in January. City have currently got 83% possession so far in this game. Swansea have only made 17 passes to City's 124. It doesn't mean anything, does it really? I know we like to make out how good teams are who keep the ball, but Swansea could score 2 goals from 2 chances and City not score at all. Kyle Walker's give the ball away here. Andrew Davis says Garcia's heading Barcelona too, right? Eric Garcia, it was reported, was happy to play for Barcelona this January until the summer, and they didn't have to pay his wages. They're in that much debt. He said, don't even pay my wages. I don't care. I want to play for you that bad. And Eric Garcia doesn't want to play for Manchester City. It's not good as a fan, is it, to have a player playing for you who doesn't want to be at the club. I suppose he's a professional at the end of the day. But Pep Guardiola, I mean, he said before, hasn't he, if a player doesn't want to be at the club, he won't play him. Well, why is Eric Garcia playing then? Very strange one. I suppose Nathan Ake would be in there if it wasn't for his injury. Garcia brings the ball out here. That's a nice comment there. Hope you guys win. You have a great team. Thank you very much. You've got a United badge though. Although, you know, City have a rivalry with Manchester United, but some fans are pretty realistic. Thank you very much. City do have a great team, don't they? And they should be winning this game against Swansea today. Manchester United won yesterday against West Ham. A good win for them. I suppose from a Manchester point of view, a Northwest point of view, representing Manchester pretty well with the wins. But as a City fan, I'll be honest, I don't want... Ooh, Ferran Torres with a shot here. Ferran Torres there. The ball just sort of fell to him pretty luckily. Had a shot outside of his boot, didn't quite go in. Jurez says, especially your PES 21 team. Yeah, we had a pretty good PES team, didn't we? Neymar, Messi and Sergio Aguero up front. A midfield of De Bruyne. Was it Isco and Rodri? A very good PES team. We had on PES 21 for Manchester City. Too bad PES ruined their gameplay, but if they ever fix it, you know, we did put our video asking people where we wanted to keep with that Master League. City are in here with Ferran Torres. Good little cutting on his left foot. Good fall to Bernardo Silva. That's a good tackle, but it's fell back to Ferran. Cross across the box. Ooh, Jesus can't get a foot on that one, and Swansea will clear. Yeah, but Konami did ruin their gameplay with an update, but if they do change it, we asked people, didn't we, should we stop that Master League? They said yeah, but we could always go back to it in the future. PES is one of my favourite games as well, a really good game to play. And Luis says, I think Ferran Torres lacks a lot of match sharpness. I think he should play more games than he is. Yeah, I think after that positive COVID test for Torres, he missed, what, 2 or 3 weeks. That really has sort of ruined his form because he was top goal scorer for City in all competitions when he was first playing for City. But he's sort of dropped off, hasn't he, since then? He's not played much. He's a young man, he's in a new country. It's hard to get used to a new team. Oh, Sterling's lost the ball here with a poor touch. But he will improve, Ferran. It takes time, but he will be able to do so. Like you said, it's his match sharpness, his game time that he needs. He's low for them. Ooh, chance here. Garcia makes a poor tackle. Crossing here. Swansea with a chance. Oh, Garcia. Terrible defending. Cleared away, ended up on his backside there. Garcia slipped as he went to do a tackle. I think he's banged his head. And he's staying down, Eric Garcia. That doesn't look good for him. Looked like he banged his head off the grass as he slipped there. Jurez says there is a data pack 4 for PES 2021. And it seems like it's fixed the game. Right, okay, well I didn't know about that, but that's quite interesting. If they have updated the gameplay, and that makes a big thing for City. Eric Garcia here went for a tackle. I think he slipped and pulled his hamstring, in fact, or his thigh. Not banged his head. He's back up, but he's struggling. But that's very interesting about that. On PES being a data pack 4, it's good that they have updated the game because the gameplay was broken, wasn't it? If anyone watched the PES Master League, they did break the gameplay. You just couldn't enjoy playing the game anymore. And who do you think is a bigger threat, Chelsea or Manchester United? For City right now, in the Premier League, I'd say Manchester United are a bigger threat than Chelsea. Just because they're close to the City, they're doing alright, aren't they? But in the long term, I think Chelsea are a bigger threat to City. They've got a very good manager in Thomas Tuchel now. I do rate Tuchel, and they've got incredible funds similar to City, haven't they? That they can bring in any player they want, and it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, they spent 100 million nearly, didn't they, on Kai Havertz? 60-odd million on Timo Werner. City on the attack here, by the way. Gabriel Jesus into Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres across the box. Oh, somehow no one's gotten the end of it. I think Woodman, the keeper, saved it. Torres' cross was half cross, half shot. Nearly goes in the top corner. And it's a tip away from Woodman. We'll see it again here. Oh, it's a shot pretty much from Torres. He sort of a cross where he's dinked it. And he's just knocked it away as Woodman, the keeper. Very good save by Woodman to tip it past the post. Yeah, in the long term, Chelsea are a bigger threat to City because of their funds, because of, you know, Chelsea. They tend to win the Premier League, don't they, every 3 years or so. Ashin says hello. Nice to have you, Ashin. New to the channel, are you? 526 subscribers now, so we've grown by 1. Thank you very much. That live subscriber count proving to work. City with a cross in here. Woodman pushes it away for Swansea City. And Gabriel Jesus picks it up on the back post. Here's Jesus taking on Grimes. Cuts it back to Rodri. Rodri in the box now. Good full work. Lifts it to the back post. Swansea knock it away. Gundogan was sort of ghosting in there like he does. Here's Gundogan. Goes to put it across the blocks. Blocked by Roberts. And City, I think with Gundogan will have to go backwards now. They do. To Benjamin Mendy. No, it's in fact to Kyle Walker. Jurez says, I'm ollie in, but the board and the manager needs to change or rethink how they want to lead this club. Yeah, on a Manchester United point of view, as a City fan, of course, it's good to see Manchester United not doing well. And they've not been in the title race for a very long time. And they are in it this season, I still think. I do think they are in the title race this season. But it is the board for United. I mean, they've still spent a lot of money, haven't they? They've spent nearly as much money as City trying to fix things, but they spend bad. And at the moment, for the last few years, they look at who City want to sign and say, we'll sign that player then, we'll pay him more money. And if you think, Swansea with a chance, De Hander, down to Low. Garcia, good defending, big tackle. If you think a few years ago, maybe 10 years ago now, when City wanted to sign a player and United wanted to sign the same player, City had to offer that player more money. And that's the only way they could sign him, because they knew that if they went to United, it was the big club and we've got a chance to win the Premier League. City haven't, but City offered them more money. It's totally in reverse now. Manchester United are the side that have to offer clubs more money to sign them. And City are the ones that say, well, you've got a chance of winning something here. United can't guarantee anything, trophy-wise. And it's a big change, that. A big shift in the power in Manchester between the two clubs. That United are now sort of the ones that need to sign mercenaries more than City do, in fact. Or need to give more money to sign players. Which is a shame for a United fans' point of view. For a City fans' point of view, you love to see it. I mean, I don't like to see City missing out on signings they want to make because United sign them. But if you think of the signings City have missed out on, the two notable ones that joined Manchester United are the three notable ones. Fred, who's not very good, is he? Harry Maguire, I mean, how they paid 80 million for him, I don't know. That is just a ridiculous transfer fee for someone who's not worth over 30 million. And he's your club captain as well. Embarrassing. And Alexis Sanchez, a mercenary. So United have gone the wrong way about things, throwing money at players. It's what City used to do. If you think City had that time where they signed, I don't know, Adebayor, Roque Santa Cruz, those sorts of players, where they just threw money at them and brought them in. And it's not worked out at all, has it? And in the end, they've got it right now. City have definitely got it right with the transfer policy. 24 minutes played in this game. Swansea have not been too bad. Oh, De Hander with a chance here. He plays a great ball in. It's low, Jamal Low, but Kyle Walker. Look at the pace of Walker there to catch up to Low. To Bernardo Silva, and City back in possession. Walker saves City there. De Hander with a really good pass. The masked man, De Hander. Looking like Batman on the field today. Julie says, hi all. Good to have Julie, another regular in the chat. Jure says, Ollie's destroying players. Donny van de Beek would be amazing under Pep, but Ollie might be running him down. Donny van de Beek plays the same position as Bruno Fernandes, and that's the issue, isn't it? He doesn't get a chance because Bruno Fernandes is a better player than Donny van de Beek, but I think Van de Beek's great. I think he'd get in City's team. I think he'd suit this Gundogan role, sort of in behind the striker. United fans seem to think that Van de Beek could play a defensive midfield role or as a box-to-box midfielder. If anyone actually watched him for Ajax, he's not that sort of player. He's sort of an in-behind the striker. To me, the role that Gundogan plays at the moment, which is excelling in, and he's arriving late in the box, and he's a pretty good finisher for a midfielder. But you're right, Ollie is ruining players. But it's good to see as a City fan. I don't mind. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer I don't think United will ever win anything under him. And if they're going to win anything, they need to sack him. But that's just how they do things, isn't it? They'll keep him because he's a club legend. And that's why he's still there. Here's Benjamin Mendy for City. Laporte. Rodri. Rodri brings the ball forward. Wide to Gundogan, who takes it off Kyle Walker. I think Swansea are struggling a bit defensively. I think City just need to make that extra pass. Just turn up go up the gears a bit more quality. And they'll break the Swansea City side down pretty easily. Good play by Jesus, lay off to Walker. Wide to Ferran Torres, into Gundogan. Little turn. Here's Ferran Torres. Good play. Gundogan to Rodri, back to Gundogan. Bernardo Silva's in acres of space. Gundogan went for the shot. Could have tried to find Bernardo Silva there. Rodri, great midfield play, and then he's fouled. Surprised it's not a free kick, that. Ferran Torres, great work by Ferran Torres. Hard working by the Spanish winger. A loose ball played by Swansea, and he was straight in there winning it back. Kick on Rodri's ankle here by Grimes. That's a second, was it Fulton in fact? The second foul now on Rodri. He's not happy about it. The referee finally does give a free kick. Donny is like Gundogan but better with Thomas Muller traits because he can still learn. Donny van de Beek strikes me as a number 8, says Loewe. Yeah, he's a mixture to me. I see Donny van de Beek personally, from what I've seen when he excelled for the Ajax team, as a sort of second striker. Honestly, I think he's a high-up sort of midfielder. But he's a very good all-rounder. I think he's an all-rounder. He's young, isn't he? I'd take him at City, honestly. I think Donny van de Beek could be great in City's midfield. I don't think he'd start, but as a backup to Kevin De Bruyne, or to Bernardo Silva, Ilkay Gundogan, definitely Donny van de Beek. And I do think he's being treated unfairly by Ollie at Manchester United. But like I said, he plays the same position as Bruno Fernandes. I cannot see Van de Beek and Bruno fitting in the same team because I think they both don't want to do defensive work. I know United fans like clipping up Fernandes running back every now and again to make a tackle or something. But I mean, he's all-round game defensively. He just hasn't got it in him. He's not got defensive awareness. And, you know, you don't want him defending, do you? You want him up the pitch. It's like, why would you play Messi at right back? You wouldn't, would you? You keep him up front or on the right wing. So, but Donny van de Beek's a good player. He is being misused at Manchester United. I'm surprised they signed him, to be honest. He seemed like one of them signings so just no one else could have him. They were worried about Bayern Munich and Real Madrid picking him up. Great ball here by Walker. Behind to Gundogan, down the line. Gundogan, fantastic cross across the box by Ilkay Gundogan. But no one there. Which is a big shame, and De Handa can't keep that one in throwing for City. No one there on that cross, and this is the problem with City not having a natural striker. To me, Gabriel Jesus isn't a natural striker, and we'll see Jesus' position here. He's actually deeper than Gundogan and Bernardo Silva. Gundogan does a great cross across the box, and Jesus, no striker's instinct, no gambling. Erling Haaland will be at the back post there, tapping that in. Poor from City. Well, from Jesus anyway. Here's Varane, cutting inside again. Rodri. Spins back into Laporte. Mendy holding the width on this left-hand side for City. Benjamin Mendy. Rodri. Well, good run from Bernardo. Rodri could have found him there. Just wasn't alive to that pass. Kyle Walker with a great cross into Ferran Torres. What a goal for City. Manchester City 1. Swansea City 0. Are they saying that's a Kyle Walker goal? I thought it took a nick off Ferran Torres there. Kyle Walker crosses the ball in. It looks like it's a cross to Ferran Torres. And Jesus. I think Ferran Torres gets a touch on this. He doesn't. Jesus and Ferran both miss the cross. And it goes all the way into the bottom corner. Well, he said at the start, didn't know, when City were playing the ball along the floor, there's a bit of bobble in the grass, and Kyle Walker's cross has just bobbled all the way into the bottom corner. The keeper's worried about Ferran Torres sliding in and where the ball's going to go off his boot, or Jesus at the back post. And Kyle Walker gets his second goal of the season. In the 30th minute, Manchester City leads Swansea by 1-0. They'll be disappointed to concede that, Swansea. Very poor goal to concede. You know, if you conceded a quality goal against City, you'd expect it. But a goal like that is very disappointing. Andrew says Walker's goal, everyone wants to score. Yeah, I suppose. I think that was a cross, though. We can't say Kyle Walker meant that one. That was a cross that bobbled up and down off the turf. Loay says, I think Donny's future at Man United is as a number 8, in my opinion, because whenever Bruno is fit, he's going to play similar to De Bruyne in that sense. That's what I mean. I think you're right in a way that Van der Beek, if he's going to get game times for Manchester United, he needs to adapt to play as a number 8 role, but he's not. I don't think he can do that. I don't think he's good enough to play number 8 at the moment. He's no Paul Pogba, is he? Oh, crossing from Swansea, and they could equalise there. Big chance for Fulton, flying in from the midfield. Big header from the cross. So crossing from Roberts, the Welshman. Fulton made his way, ghosted, and Eric Garcia nowhere to be seen. And Swansea probably should be level here. Fulton with a really good chance with a header. Garcia just throws his body out. Stefan stands still, and Swansea be disappointed not to score that one. But yeah, Donny van der Beek's not going to play much. And of course, Solskjaer loves this double pivot, doesn't he? So you're not going to see Van der Beek playing a double pivot. He wants, McTominay, Fred, Pogba. Someone who's more of an all-rounder than Donny van der Beek is for Manchester United. And I think he's similar to Memphis Depay. He needs a bit of game time. He needs a run of games. We spoke about Ferran Torres, haven't we? You said it, Loay, that he's not sharp enough for Ferran Torres, but he's not been playing games. He's not been playing regularly, and he needs to play over and over again. And Van der Beek's not getting that at Manchester United, and that's why he's not playing well. Because he needs a run of games, and he might end up being like Memphis Depay, who shines at another club where he gets regular game time. FIFA 21 and Fortnite Kid says goal, yes, goal for Kyle Walker in the 30th minute. And he's just give the ball away here. Good tackle by Manning, the fullback, and Ferran Torres just intercepted it. But Swansea had a very good chance there. Moments ago. Garcia, the weak point in defence. Jesus flicks it back to Laporte, it goes back to Garcia, and I think he will go back to Zach Steffen, which he does. Here's Benjamin Mendy. Fortnite Kid says, how are you? Much better now City have scored. But Swansea have got to be disappointed with that goal. Like the cross that bubbles in because the keeper's not quite alive to it. Very disappointed for Swansea City. Here's Ferran Torres down the line to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo with a little flick, loses it. The centre-backs are coming out for Swansea and really trying to close down City in the wide areas, which is leaving holes through the middle. If Bernardo had made a good pass then, it could have been in problems, the centre-back. And Bernardo Silva fouls their player. Free kick to Swansea, a cheap one for Bernardo Silva. Well, yes, what was my prediction for this match? I didn't really have one. I thought City would win. I would have said 4-1. I think they'll nab a goal just because I think they've got quite a physical forward line. Lowe's quite a quick striker, which will cause Garcia some problems because he's not a quick centre-back. So I think 4-1, and I'm on for it at the moment. Fortnite Kids, I'm watching your Man City Career Mode 21. Thank you very much. I hope you're enjoying it. Season 3 we're on now. Another episode went live around half an hour before we went live. Of course, Raheem Sterling has to leave the club. Someone in the comments already said don't let him leave. But Sterling wants to join Real Madrid, and it depends on if Real Madrid make an offer for him. That's a big one. Because if they don't make an offer for him, we can't sell him, can we? But I'm glad you're enjoying the FIFA 21 career mode. We've also got a Celta Vigo career mode on our second channel. Go and check that one out, Fortnite Kid. That's going to be a really interesting career mode. I think you'll guys will really enjoy it. Gundogan with the ball into the box here. Sterling. Gundogan back out wide to Ferran Torres in space on this right hand side. It's a poor touch by Ferran. The ball bowled up and over his foot again. Walker, unlucky with his pass. Back to Ferran on this right hand side. Ferran. Past the fullback. Manning pulled down. It's got to be a free kick. That referee gives a goal kick. Manning, no intentions to play the ball. Pulls down Ferran Torres. Disappointment from the City winger. That foul by the Swansea man. He's got away with it. Lowe says, what's your favourite league to watch other than the Premier League, and which team do you like to watch from that league and why? Well, I'm a big fan of Celta Vigo. That's why we're in the career mode, so I like to watch the Liga. And I do like to watch Celta Vigo games. At the moment, they're better than ever. I do like the Spanish league. The Bundesliga is quite a good league to watch as well. But I think, personally, if you're going to watch any other league other than the Premier League, it's got to be La Liga. They're the best. That's the best league outside the Premier League by far. You know, Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo played in that league for a reason, because it is the best league outside the Premier League. City with a chance here for Ferran Torres, going down the cross, but didn't quite work. Ferran into Bernardo Silva. San Junior asked, do you like Sterling? Yeah, I do like Raheem Sterling. I've been critical of him in the past, but when he plays well, I'll definitely, say how good he is. But if he doesn't play well, I'll be critical of him. And on FIFA, I love him. He's absolutely amazing just because he's so quick. And he can actually finish one-on-one situations on FIFA. Not so much in real life. Mendy's playing as a centre-forward here at the moment. Bernardo Silva with a chance. Ferran Torres. Back to Bernardo. Gundogan lays it off to Bernardo. Into Mendy playing centre-forward. And Mendy's pass not so good to Gundogan. And Latibodia intercepts. But Benjamin Mendy's now on right wing. He's all over the place, is Mendy here. Kyle Walker, great physicality against Lowe. Ferran Torres, a little flick back there and back heel, beautiful from Ferran Torres, and City in possession with Eric Garcia on the halfway line. What Fortnite Kid, what did you say about a new career mode? On our second channel, so if you go in the channel section, I don't know if you've seen the promo on the channel, Celta Vigo career mode. Episode 1 is up, episode 2 will be going up tomorrow. In La Liga, we're taking Celta Vigo and we're following in the footsteps of Manchester City. So I think when City were bought in 2008, we're making the identical signs. Now, of course, City, for example, they signed Vincent Kompany. We're not going to sign Vincent Kompany, of course. We're going to sign a player who is the same sort of player in stature or same style of player as Vincent Kompany. The same for Zabaleta and so on. And we're going to follow every player City signed from 2008 to now, and we're going to go through the seasons, and in 4 years we want to do what City did and win the Premier League title. We'll be winning the La Liga title with Celta Vigo. So if you want to go and check that out, it's only got about 12 views, I think, at the moment. People are not so, up to date with it. So please go over and watch it. It's on our second channel, the Celta Vigo career mode. I think you will really enjoy it if you enjoy watching career modes. Replay Kyle Walker's goal here. In City, you've got a free kick with Ilkay Gundogan. Looks to swing one in. Maybe to the back post here where he's knocked it into the front post. Garcia knocks it on. I think it's going to be a goal kick. That's poor by City. A poor cross by Gundogan. Straight to the front post. And not to the back post. San Junior asked, are you going to do a Juventus career mode? Possibly in the future. At the moment, I want to stick to the City one in this channel. the City FIFA 21 career mode, and I want to stick to the Celta Vigo career mode on the second channel because you know, it's going to be a really good one. Honestly, trust me, it's going to be a really good one. It's a side, if you care about the team you're playing with as well and you support them in a certain way, it makes it a lot more enjoyable, and I think I can, you know, make it a bit more entertaining that way. City with a chance here, throwing to Jesus, wide to Walker, Bernardo Silva. Here's Bernardo Silva. City go back. But Juventus maybe in the future. At the moment, it's got a lot of things to juggle. We're doing the live streams. We're doing the career modes. It is going to be a bit hard to do all those things, you know. Another career mode as well. But, you know, in time, there'll be an opportunity to maybe do Juventus career mode. So don't worry. There will be plenty of other things coming. But we just got to get through these career modes at the moment and enjoy them while they're there. I'm about to watch it tomorrow from the start. Yeah, definitely. Give it a try. I think you'll like it. Eric Garcia gives the ball away. Try to bring the ball out from the back here. Here's Lowe for Swansea. On the wings is Manning. Lowe. Great play. The centre-back's upfield again. The hander into Lowe. Oh, great tackle. Eric Garcia just got across on Jamal Lowe. Very good chance for Swansea City there to score. Good play by Lowe. The hander. What a pass. This is his onside. Kyle Walker's playing him onside. Just knocks it through. Jamal Lowe had a chance there. Eric Garcia got quickly across. He's not a great game, Garcia, but got across quickly to Lowe there. Prevents a goal, but gives away a corner. In comes the ball. Swung deep in. Ooh, Swansea had a great chance again there. Two men flying in to head that into the back of the net, but still 1-0 to Manchester City. The hander. Great cross. Oh, and Latibodier, ex-City man. Rising like a salmon to try and head that one in. Didn't quite work. Puts it wide of the post. Just skims off his head. Jumped a little bit too late. Sanjuna, thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. And thank you for supporting the channel and watching all the videos. It's great to see. It's really good to have big fans like you that are supporting the channel. And that's why we're here. Fortnite Kid says, can I stay on this YouTube channel because I support Everton? Of course you can. This channel is for everyone. I know we're covering a lot of City things and we're City fans. Or most of us are. But no matter what team you support, as long as you come here and you have a chat with us and you support the channel, you can support whoever you want. Please subscribe and enjoy the content on this channel. It's for everyone. It's not just for City fans, of course. You can still enjoy career mode, can't you? And still enjoy match day commentary. And that's why on the second channel we do commentary for other games. Not just City games, Liverpool games, Spurs games, Celta Vigo games, Atalanta games, Inter Milan games, whoever you want. We do commentary for those games as well. Here's Gabriel Jesus, very deep again. Out wide to Kyle Walker. Bernardo Silva drifting in and out. And this middle of the park is Ferran Torres. Walker. Jesus. Out wide to Kyle Walker is Ferran Torres. Back to Kyle Walker. And City try to break down this Swansea side that are playing sort of very aggressive pressing wise. The centre-backs love to follow the midfielders out wide. They're not staying central. They're being quite fluid in the defensive shape. Here's Rodri. Here's Laporte, Sterling, back to Laporte. City just sort of keep possession now, trying to draw Swansea out. They know Swansea are doing this defensive thing where they follow players, and they found space for Walker now, who's drifting into the middle. And he's got a terrible first touch, loses the ball under his feet, and Swansea back in possession, but not quick enough to get past Kyle Walker, or physical enough. He's lost it though to Manning, who gambled there. Morris on the left-hand side. Here's Morris for Swansea City on the left-hand side. Lau's in the box. Oh, Swansea should have put a ball in the box then. I think they should fancy themselves over Eric Garcia in the air. And like Lowe says in the comments there, Garcia not covering himself in glory. No, he made a good tackle though. Big tackle in the box. They need to stop a goal there for Lowe, is it? Before, but he hasn't been great so far. It's his pace, isn't it? His pace, his physicality. You'll suit La Liga. You'll suit La Liga. He'll look like the next Gerard Piqué playing for Barcelona. Chance for Swansea. Cross in. Laporte clears away comfortably. Fortnite Kid, you've subscribed. Great to see. Keep subscribing. You can see our ooh, Sterling's away here. 1-on-1. If he's greedy, he can't be greedy. Ferran's in all sorts of space. Raheem Sterling. What is he doing? Ferran Torres in all sorts of space on the right-hand side. Two players from Swansea engage Sterling, who's one-on-one with the keeper. All he has to do is pass it to Ferran Torres. But instead throws himself to the floor. Runs down a blind alley. Poor by Sterling there. Very poor by Sterling. Should have passed it. A bit greedy from him. And Sanjuni saying Sterling's his favourite player. Well, your favourite player was a little bit too greedy there. Sterling was sort of fouled in the box, but not much in it. But yeah, live count, subscribe. So please subscribe. Let's see that live count go up through this live. AKS stands for Aguero, Kevin and Sterling. Yes, like the MSN. If you remember that incredible Barcelona front line of Suarez, Messi and Neymar. We've got the AKS. The Aguero, Kevin and Sterling. Andrew says should have been a penalty. Yeah, it was a physical challenge, but I had no sympathy for Sterling there because he should have passed it, shouldn't he? Being greedy. Why didn't he just pass it to Ferran Torres there? He would have had a goal. So, no sympathy for Raheem Sterling, who went to the ground. Should have passed it to Ferran. Tell you what, Ferran's movement for a winger is very good. Attacking movement. He's got that sort of striker instinct of just being on the shoulder of the last defender, and he waits and he waits and he waits. He wants that ball in behind. Here's Sterling, the captain, into Rodri. Sterling not playing on the left wing, is he? Playing pretty much through the centre of the pitch. Here's Jesus looking to take on Manning. Oh, he's done him. Good cross by Jesus to Sterling at the back post. And I think it's cleared by Latibodier into Raheem Sterling. And it goes behind for a goal kick. Good defending from Joe Latibodier. We'll see it again here. Jesus. What a cross from Jesus. Actually, Latibodier doesn't touch it. Sterling just puts it wide. Oh no, Latibodier gets a touch on it and kicks it into Sterling. He does. Unlucky from Sterling. He was in there though, gambling Sterling. I think if Latibodier didn't get a touch on that, it would be 2-0 just before half time. Oh, low. Up against Walker and Laporte here. Laporte gets a nick on it, but not much. Here's De Hander. He's a good player, isn't he, De Hander? From Liverpool's youth team, of course. Was impressive for their youth team. I'm surprised he never got more game time. Quite a technically gifted midfielder. Swansea back on the ball, and they have to go backwards here to Joel Latibodier. Plays the ball on his right foot, good pass. Very two-footed is Latibodier. Played right back, left back for City. And Garcia clears it away. Sanjuni says we're going to win the league. I hope so, but don't jinx it. 2 minutes of added time. Just under 1 minute of it played already. Here's Eric Garcia. Sanjuna asks, are you going to do a PES Manchester City career mode? Yes, there's already one on the channel. We have stopped it momentarily due to an update that PES did that sort of ruined the gameplay. But we'll definitely pick it back up at some point. It is on the channel. Go check it out. If you go to our playlist section, there will be a PES 2021 Master League section there. You'll be able to watch that and enjoy that. Some big signings in Season 2. Here's Kyle Walker. Back to Rodri. Bit slow on the ball there, Rodri. Gundogan. Gundogan to Eric Garcia. City just seeing out the end of this first half now. They'll be happy to go in with a 1-0 lead at half time. I think they should probably think it should be 2-0 maybe. Here's Eric Garcia. Kyle Walker. Rodri. Rodri again, back to Eric Garcia. City playing pretty good football here. Keeping possession, controlling this game. Laporte brings it out from the back. And that is half-time. So Manchester City lead 1-0 at half-time against Swansea. A Kyle Walker goal that was a cross that bubbled in at the back post. A mistake by the keeper, Woodman, you'd say. But, I mean, he was caught in two minds whether to come out and claim it or stop the shot from Ferran. Because if Ferran touched that, he'd be going in the other corner, wouldn't it? So it was tough for Woodman. City lead 1-0 at half-time and they've controlled this game. Swansea have had a good chance though. 2 good chances in the air, and I think if Swansea are going to get any chances, it'll be running in behind Eric Garcia, using the pace of Jamal Lowe. Or, you know, an aerial ball that beats Garcia in the air, because like we said, he lacks the pace and physicality, the aerial ability. He can't really jump, can he? So, that's a struggle for him. Sanjuni says, I watch all FIFA and PES career mode. Even I watched today FIFA career mode. That's good to see. Watch all our videos on this channel. It's great to have everyone watching this channel. Just keep up, subscribe to the channel, keep supporting the channel. Like we said, that live count, 526 subscribers we're at. Can you get it even higher? It's up to you guys. If we all got one person to subscribe, get one friend to subscribe. I mean, if you can get as many friends as you can to subscribe, please do that. And we want to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. That would be a massive goal for us. We're just going to have a little short break for half time, and we'll be right back after this short break.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly up.
I've got something to say, you should hear it all.
Hello and welcome back for half time. And of course, we forgot to mention we've got a very special guest on today. It's our little celebrity guest. He comes on here quite often at the moment. It's great to have him. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again. Half-time talk with Mr. Kent Lane.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, well, that was an interesting first half. What did you think?
Yeah, sort of just saw City being very professional, weren't they? Just seeing the game out, pretty much.
They were. I thought, it's a bit of a gentle start, really. But up against the Swansea, the Swans, as they're known, the Sea Swans, I think Swans are known for being very serene on the surface. But I don't think these Swans will be very serene in the dressing room there, because City are starting to warm up, and I think Swansea will know that they're in for a tough second half, really. I don't think there was too much in the first half to overly worry them, but obviously they've gone a goal down to a comedy goal. Great goal by Walker that was obviously meant as a as a shot. But the keeper, I think, got a little bit mixed up with watching, the attacker coming in, and then, as so often happens, when the keepers focus on other attackers coming in to get across, the cross sometimes goes in, and that's what's happened there. Swansea, I see this sponsored by Swansea University. Well, they've got a lot to learn. City are giving them a bit of a footballing lesson today in structure and organisation and getting wide and then crossing the ball in. What has disappointed me a little bit with City is we've crossed the ball in or attempted it, and we've not had men in the box to latch onto a cross, which I find very surprising. I think Pep will have picked up on that, and he'll be discussing with the team about getting into the box and getting on the end of crosses. I think if we'd have had Aguero, he'd have been on the end of that cross that went in. You know the one I mean, don't you? In particular,
yeah. I think City have been a bit too comfortable, if I'm honest. They've had two chances, which you might think not much chances, but if City come out with the same sort of comfort in the second half and they're not really pushing for a goal, like Sterling had an amazing opportunity to pass to Varane and they decided not to. They like try to do things a little bit too tricky. I can see Swansea sort of nicking a goal.
Yeah, well, they looked like they were going to nick a goal once or twice. They did have some good chances. They had a good chance from the corner. In fact, almost straight away after we'd scored our goal, they had a great chance. I think headed it wide. I think that was what's happened. Just speaking about Swansea, defensively they have been flapping a bit, and of course Swan's well known for breaking your arm if you go near a Swan. And I thought Jesus had got a broken ankle there off one of the Swans, echoing Gundogan's injury in the previous match. Of course, all Swans owned by the Queen, so if there's any more trouble, we need to speak to the Queen. Manning for Swansea, he's been manning his man very well in the last third. He's been trying to stick to Walker now and again. Of course, Walker's, not walked past him, but he's run past him. One of the fastest players in the league, if not the fastest. I think we discussed that. Laporte, he's a little bit rusty, I think. Pep's sort of going to have to have another look at Laporte, and you can see why he's been left out, perhaps. But I think leaving him out has left him a bit match rusty. He's got rusty hinges on his door there, Laporte. But with game time and more matches, he will improve and get back to his great form that he did have. I think he only lost his place really to injury, and then of course the defence has absolutely been superb since he went out. Mendy's been all over the pitch. He's been over on
I think
the right hand corner.
We're in big danger, aren't we? City fans will be going, Mendy played okay today. It's because no one's asked any questions of him.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's been all over the pitch, but not really in defence. He's not needed to be there on the left, right at the back, and so that's he's been made to look reasonably good. But he's going to get caught out if they run down that wing. But they're not attacking it. They're not pressuring Swansea in the right way. Even though they seem to have got the Phantom of the Opera there playing in the mask. You'd think he'd be trying to scare people and scrape a goal up from somewhere. They've got Grimes playing. She's obviously left Elon Musk at the moment to fend for himself. Grimes, dirty player, grimy, don't know. But we'll see how he does in the second half. Garcia, it's nice to see Garcia playing prior to his move to Barcelona. I think that's his reward for some great work that he did from the stand, running on to congratulate the goal scorer in the last match. I think Pep appreciated that. He even mentioned that, I think, in his in the after show. He said how well the team had supported even from the stand. So he was pleased about that. I think second half, I can see that City will actually score more goals. I can see Swansea still in with a chance, and if we don't score that second, Swansea are going to get more confident, and obviously they need to attack, and they will do. They've got a good pitch there, so there's some good football happening. It's not a swamp like Old Trafford, So we can play our game. We can play it as normal. We can play it well. I can see some changes in the second half if we need to do. If we don't need to, I can see Pep just sticking with this team for the majority of the match, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's nice to see Jesus playing, and and hopefully his ankle's going to be all right. I think last game I predicted that they'd be working on Gundogan's ankle at half time, and look at the effect that had. So I predict exactly the same. It's nice to see we've got lots of people on the chat. I see Elway's back. No, not nervous at all about Spurs. I think that referring to us or United. I don't know, but no, we'll beat Spurs. They're a finished team now that they haven't got Harry Kane playing. But what's your view there, young man?
Yeah, definitely. I agree with most things. I think personally, I'd like City to get a few goals so we can get some of the younger players on. I also think that if I was Catalan, then Pep would probably pick me for City, because that's the only reason Eric Garcia gets picked. That's the way it goes. That's the rules he picks, isn't it? Well, so we'll see how it goes in the second half. But I would like City to get a few goals and then get the younger lads on, like Doyle and Bernabé and Gomez possibly. It's been great to have you again, Kent. Thank you very much for coming on.
Always a pleasure. Speak to you soon.
Thank you very much, Kent.
Everyone.
See you next time. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I
Hello everyone, so we're back for the second half. Manchester City versus Swansea. City currently lead by 1-0 against the Welsh side. And just have a look at some of your comments. Laway asked, did you look forward to the games like Spurs this weekend? Are you nervous? Well, I'll tell you what, like, I've never really been nervous for games. If I'm being honest, I'm always a pessimist about games in a way. I don't go to a game and think City are going to smash them today. I always go into it thinking, oh, there's something in my head that always tells me I'm not sure. City might not go the way. Something might happen to City. This might happen or this might happen. And I think I'm not nervous, especially like going to the derbies and things. Of course, I had a season ticket, so I was at the ground, and obviously we can't go at the moment. I wasn't nervous going in, but it was sort of 10 minutes before kickoff when the atmosphere started going in the ground, I started to feel nervous. I feel like I don't feel the nerves too much at the moment because I'm watching it at home on the TV, and you can just sort of, you don't feel the atmosphere. You don't feel it quite the same, which can be an issue. As a fan watching it from home, you don't feel it as the same. Depends. I'm used to going to the games. You see, that's the only difference. But I think this weekend, there's something in my head that tells me City aren't going to beat Spurs, and like I said, I'm always like that. I feel like Spurs are going to come out, sit behind the ball and hit City on the counter-attack, and that might cause a few problems. So I would say I am nervous about Spurs. I'm never confident for City. I think the only time I've ever been confident about City winning games was that 100-point season where I just could never see them losing. I went to a game and thought, yeah, City are going to win today. But I think that's a dangerous thing because then you're disappointed, aren't you, when things don't go your way. Margaret says, hi everyone. The way also says, I rate Grimes. Yeah, I do rate Grimes. I think he's a good player. They were speaking about him on BT Sport earlier on. He seems like a pretty tidy midfielder, and if Swansea don't get promoted, it wouldn't surprise me if he gets picked up by, a sort of a Premier League side or a newly promoted side that take a risk on him. I mean, a Sheffield United, I feel like he'd suit them really well, but it looks like they're going to get relegated. And it's all about the second goal, really. Then we can run away from him then. Yeah, I think a second goal would kill off this Swansea side as the two sides are on the pitch now. Referee's about to blow his whistle. Like Kent said, Swansea University sponsors Swansea, and they're being schooled today by Manchester City, a football lesson. But the second goal is important. I would love City to get a few goals and get, I think, Claudio Gomez on, give Rodri a rest, get Bernabé on in the middle, and get Tommy Doyle in the middle and completely change that midfield, rest that full midfield, because at the moment it's the only midfield City have got. So Manchester City versus Swansea, second half. And it's underway. 1-0 City lead Swansea at the moment in the FA Cup. Here's Bernardo Silva. Back to Ferran Torres. I really would love to see the youngsters come on. I think Doyle deserves a chance more than anyone. Bernabé. He's been impressive for the youth team. I don't think he'll ever make it, if I'm honest. And if he does, he'll be begging for a move back to Barcelona. But we'll see, won't we? Here's Rodri. Pressure on him from Latibodier, and he's given a free kick there. Bit too aggressive in the press there, Joel. I don't actually know the Swansea City manager. They've done a few bits on him. I've never seen him before. Couldn't tell you anything about him. And here's Rodri. Wide to Kyle Walker. Poor touch. Takes him back over the halfway line into his own half. Here is Walker. Well, the hands all over Jesus' shirt. They get away with it. Walker in for a tackle and Rodri well played. Oh, great footwork from Rodri. And then a pass to Sterling. This is class from Rodri. Raheem Sterling makes it 2-0. 2-0 for Manchester City. Credit to Raheem Sterling there. That was a class goal, but Rodri at the heart of it. Rodri picks the ball up in midfield. A little sort of drag back and go. La Croqueta you could be. From his right to his left foot. Signature Iniesta move. Oh, it's a brilliant bit of skill from Rodri on his left foot. Plays Sterling in. The ball's perfectly placed between the fullback and the centre-back in that gap, and Sterling then couldn't miss. That's a pretty silky finish from Sterling as well, into the bottom corner. Calm, one-on-one, didn't have too much time to think about it. Really good finish from Raheem Sterling. Manchester City 2. Swansea 0, and Pep Guardiola shouting Vamos there. Let's go in Spanish. Connor Roberts, bit unhappy. It was him. He was too wide, wasn't he, on that right-hand side. Luis says that's 2-0, and from Sterling, yeah. We've got a Sterling in front of the chat, so he'll be happy. Julie says, woohoo. Sanjuna says, I hope we can win the Premier League and the FA Cup, the Champions League and the Carabao Cup. I wouldn't mind that. Oh, Laporte there. What a tackle, Aymeric Laporte. Stefan played an overhit pass to Aymeric Laporte there. Slid in. Laporte and Connor Roberts absolutely smashed Connor Roberts. Good tackle by Laporte. Good to see a championship tackle on a championship side is Ferran down this right-hand side. Back to Bernardo Silva. Things are heating up a bit now. Swansea know they can't just sort of hold on for the 1-0 and try and get a goal later on. Ferran, brilliant skill, little nutmeg on the fullback, and then a nasty tackle on Ferran Torres, which strangely enough the referee has seen. The linesman stood next to it. No flag. Didn't even wave his flag. Didn't even see it. That was a big tackle from Laporte. A very good tackle. A very good tackle by Laporte. Put everything into winning that. He didn't have a clue where the ball was. He was looking the other way, and it's Manning who made this foul on Torres. Nowhere near the ball is Manning. I'm surprised the linesman hasn't seen that. St. Junior says, do you like Sterling now? I like Sterling. No, I don't like Sterling. He's a good player, Raheem Sterling. Top player on his day. Gundogan, Bernardo Silva stand over this free kick. Well, if City can get a third and a fourth, we could see the Tommy Doyle, Adrian Bernabé and Claudio Gomez substitutions. I think Doyle's definitely top of that list to come on. Claudio Gomez must be high up the list of coming on as well, because he's been getting in the Premier League squads quite a lot. City wait to take the cross here. Bernardo's telling Laporte stop making a run. Gundogan swings it in. Oh, to Rodri! Ferran! Oh, Ferran puts it just over the bar. Rodri knocks his header back. Ferran Torres, I mean, the only way he's putting that in with any power is going for the overhead kick. He doesn't go for it, just tries to lift it into the top corner on the turn. Not far away from Ferran. Very good chance. Look at the pulling on Sterling's shirt. Sterling's shirt's nearly been ripped off there by the Swansea player. Gundogan. What a pass. Bernardo arriving across the box. Jesus, what a turn. What a goal, Gabriel Jesus. 3-0 Manchester City. Well, I said, City are starting to smash the Swans now, aren't they? Absolutely. What a touch and turn from Jesus there. Benjamin Mendy, the smile on his face, tells you everything about that finish. Great ball by Gundogan to the back post. Bernardo Silva gets it behind Swansea. Swansea create their own problems here. Latibodier plays it out from the back straight to Gabriel Jesus into Gundogan. This ball by Gundogan over the top is inch perfect. Bernardo Silva. What a touch from Gabriel Jesus. He's got his back to the goal. He's got a defender running across him. He flicks it around himself and then smashes it in the net first time. Wonderful goal Manchester City 3, Swansea 0. Oasis Sterling looks like he's picking up his form from 18 months ago. Quite right. Sterling's starting to play well, and maybe it's the confidence of being a captain that's making Sterling play so well. Sanjuna asks Messi or Ronaldo. Messi all day, Sanjuna. Messi is a better player than Ronaldo. But hold on 1 second. If Lionel Messi leaves Barcelona and goes anywhere other than the Premier League and joins PSG, then it's Ronaldo. I'm telling you that because Ronaldo's got more... If Messi has no ambition to go and play in the French league against some farmers, then he's not the best player in the world. No best player in the world would go to the French league, I'm telling you now. And just win the league like that. Come and play in a competitive league, Lionel Messi. Or stay at Barcelona and ruin your career anyway. But do not move to PSG. If he moves to PSG, I'm going to say Ronaldo. But at the moment, it's Lionel Messi. Andrew says, great goal. It was fantastic from Jesus, Gundogan, and Bernardo Silva to make that run. Gut-busting run from Bernardo Silva to get there to the back post. And City could really destroy Swansea now. They've got to be slightly worried. Here's Latabodier. Header away. And they will be worried, I think, Swansea now, about what City could do to them. 3-0 up, 51 minutes in. And they're thinking about tactical changes with Rudolf Barello, his assistant. Claudio Gomez is warming up, along with Tommy Doyle and Phil Foden. So one of these three could come on. Well, I think give Claudio Gomez a chance. Maybe this young man is really good. You know, City have been linked with a defensive midfielder, haven't they, this summer? They saw something in Claudio Gomez at PSG, rated as one of the best young midfielders in the world. Connor Roberts has just pushed Sterling there off the ball, which was unnecessary. Really stupid from Connor Roberts. Well, hopefully that gets sorted out by the referee. Sterling, the ball's already gone out of play. Connor Roberts comes in and pushes him for absolutely no reason. No need for that from Connor Roberts. Hopefully he put a big tackle on him. He's just putting a big smiley face on Roberts. He side 3-0 down, more of a frustration sort of pushing Sterling. Sterling should rub it in, shouldn't he, and just whisper 3-0 in his ear repeatedly. Here's Mendy. But it would be good to see Claudio Gomez come on, like we were saying. City saw something in him at 16. That's why they brought him in. Sort of gone downhill from there at 19 years of age now. Definitely bring him on, give him a chance. City want a defensive midfielder. What if this man, the 18-year-old's the answer? You don't know until you give him a chance, do you? Oasis, I think Messi is a better footballing IQ than Ronaldo, and most talented player I've ever seen in my life. Exactly. I think you're right. I think Ronaldo does what other players do more consistently than other players can do it. But Messi does what no other player can do, and that's the difference between the two. Sanjuna says, John Stones and Ruben Diaz are so good we could be the best team. Very much so. I think City the best defensive team in Europe by far. Grimes the cross in. Laporte with a good header away. Gundogan in there. Fulton. De Handa. Ooh, that was some strike by De Handa there. The masked man on the volley, or the half volley it was. Not a bad one. I mean, if that goes in the top corner, he'd never forget it. We'll see it again here. Just bounced in front of him. He watched it. Not a bad strike. He's always going over, but a really nice attempt from De Handa. City have really started well in this second half. I think Pep Guardiola has told them, you know, some of these young lads want a chance in this team. Get us a big lead and then they can come on. Give them a chance, you know. It's down to you. Varane, good flick around the corner. Jesus back to Varane. Beautiful football from City. Champagne football. Here comes Gabriel Jesus. City are 3-on-3 here. Jesus on the right-hand side. Sterling. Oh, Jesus with the poorest cutback. Sterling was all free on this left-hand side. Yeah, Bernardo running as well. Shocking cutback from Gabriel Jesus. Julie says Zorro. Yeah. Oh, the Phantom of the Opera, as Kent called him. Fulton. Good line-breaking pass there to Lowe. De Handa. Another one who I think could really make it in a sort of mid-table, lower-table Premier League side, if they give him a chance. Poor pass there by Grimes. And Swansea have to lump it away. Walker, good touch. Jesus, little flick. Down to Rodri, who's been class again in midfield. Has the Spaniard Rodri. And if Fernandinho isn't fit, maybe he's got an injury. We need to rest Rodri because he's going to be playing too many games. So get Claudio Gomez on, Pep Guardiola. Give the young man a chance. He's stealing up against Roberts. He's got determination to try and beat him now. Give it to Mendy. Cross by Mendy. What a cross by Mendy. No one gambling. No one. And then Manning clears it at the back post. No City player gambling once again. Ferran Torres, great touch. Oh, it's Jesus, in fact. He's all over. Gundogan, beautiful touch. Sterling, look at Mendy's space on the left-hand side. Benjamin Mendy, is he going to shoot? Mendy back to Sterling. Oh, Benjamin Mendy should have shot. Tries to cut it back to Sterling on the edge of the box. The Swansea player ready. He should have just hit it, Benjamin Mendy. He's in on goal there. Oh, never a foul that. Pulled it back. Roberts down, holding his shins. I think Sterling just thanked Mendy there for giving Roberts a one. Looks like he is injured though, Roberts. A bit of studs on him. And City make 2 substitutions. Off comes the captain, Raheem Sterling. Chance to give him a rest for Riyad Mahrez. And Tommy Doyle, well, we said he was top of the list to come on from the young lads. Tommy Doyle is coming on for Manchester City for, it could be Rodri or Gundogan, we'll see. But Sterling, the captain, comes off. I wonder who takes the captain's armband now. So off comes Sterling for Riyad Mahrez. So who's Tommy Doyle coming on for? It's Ilkay Gundogan who's coming off. Another well-deserved rest for Gundogan. I'd take Rodri off next and bring on Gomez. So Gundogan's off and on comes Tommy Doyle. 19 years old, Doyle. Both his grandfathers have played for Manchester City. Hopefully he can, really get involved in this game, put a few good passes in. I think he's a good player. I hope he does make it to City, I really do. I think he deserves it. Hard-working little midfielder as well he is. Laporte misjudged that ball, but then smartly to deal with it and then puts it behind for a throw-in. Well done, I'm Eric Laporte. Sanjunior asks, do you want City to sign Messi and Ronaldo? Be a sick team. It would be, but I don't think them two would ever play together. I don't think Ronaldo would ever join City anyway as an ex-Manchester United man. And the amount of money it'd cost to pay them two in wages, just not possible, is it? Well, Roberts is in the pitch when he takes that long throw in. He's literally on the pitch there. Mahrez, City on the counter. Good ball by Mahrez. It's Ferran Torres. He's one-on-one. There's one defender and Ferran running at him. Ferran. Good pass. Rodri. Oh, Rodri fluffs it, but it somehow gets back to Ferran. Good pass. Mahrez, you greedy. Pass it there. Jesus. Oh, City have bottled that chance. Walker with a shot blocked away. How have City done that? How have City done that? I've no idea. Pep Guardiola's complaining about the throwing, I think. Roberts was literally a yard on the field when he took that throw in. City there, Ferran did perfectly. Rodri only had to lay it off to his right-hand side. He missed sort of touched the pass, sliced it back into the path of Ferran Torres. Actually turned out to be not that bad of a pass, but Ferran had men round him. He then made another good pass to Jesus, could have finished it, but Mahrez took it off his feet. City back in possession of the halfway line, but that was a very good chance to make it 4-0 there, City. A wasted chance. So Junior says on FIFA, well, we wouldn't be able to sign either of them on FIFA. We have negotiations on strict to make it more realistic. And you can't sign Messi or Ronaldo. They're both, I think, one-team players. Here's Doyle. Mahrez. Little step over. Back onto his left foot and he goes back to Eric Garcia. No, it's Kyle Walker. City slowing the game down. But I can't believe they had such a good chance to score there and they didn't make a goal from it. Disappointing. City continue here. With Tommy Doyle. Pass out wide to Kyle Walker. Hopefully Doyle can really start to become part of this first team. Walker. Lovely switch of play out to Ferran Torres on this left-hand side. Takes it on his outside of his right foot brilliantly. 2 cuts back. Back to Rodri. Into Mendy. Mendy with a pass to Bernardo Silva. Gabriel Jesus. City really starting to play some nice football now. Knocking the ball around. 1-touch stuff. 2-touch. Jesus. Rodri. He's controlled the game from midfield. Rodri once again. And I've been critical of Rodri in the past, but when he's on form, he's a top player. And I think the thing is with Rodri as well, he's more protected at the moment. He really is protected by the players around him, and that allows him to excel at what he's good at. Here's Garcia bringing the ball out. Jesus, Rodri. Got good footwork for a big man, Rodri, and lose the ball here, though. Could have been a foul. The hand and Swansea have to go back. Good pressing from Mendy there. Worked hard to get back and sent Swansea backwards. Margaret says, come on, City, this could be 7-0 at this rate. It could be. But City have got to finish the chances to score 7. Here comes Doyle. Walker and Doyle. Doyle again back to... Oh no. Takes an extra touch, gives it into Garcia instead. Back into Doyle. I think during the lockdown, just after the lockdown, when football came back, City brought on Tommy Doyle in a game, in a Premier League game. And I think he had about 2 touches of the ball. He hardly got a touch of the ball. This time, the players have started to trust him a bit more, the youngster. And he's getting a lot of touches on the ball. It's for Mahrez. Mahrez on the right-hand side allows Ferran go to the left-hand side, which I think he suits better. Here's Walker. Doyle. Rodri. Swansea are struggling to do anything here. Rodrigo. To Mahrez, who's drifted through the middle. Rodri. It must be very hard to play against the City side when they're just knocking the ball around you. You can't do anything. Here's Kyle Walker. Bernardo Silva back to Garcia. City controlling this game. Really are controlling this game at the moment. Laporte. Garcia. Bernardo. Walker. Doyle. Walker again. What I like about Doyle is he's always looking over his shoulder. He's looking at his surroundings. That's a sign of a top player, that. They know exactly when they receive the ball what's around them. And before they pass it, they know exactly where everyone is. Good work. Here's Torres up against Roberts. Ooh, does well. And it's a big tackle on Torres, that. That is a foul on Ferran Torres. What a top player Ferran Torres is. 25 million. Oh, Mendy's been fouled. Oh, Mendy's fouled the Swansea player. Good tackle, Rodri. Never a foul, that. 2 Swansea players down, but they play on. Roberts still on the floor. Mendy's put another foul in on Roberts. Here's De Hander. Great touch. Roberts again. Back to Latibodier. Back to their central centre-back. Sanjun says, Kevin De Bruyne is a City legend. Yes, he is, and hopefully he's back in the City lineup once again. Got a hamstring injury at the moment, but apparently he's training once again, which is good to see. Is De Hander. Good footwork. Really good footwork. Ball down the line to Roberts, and Laporte intercepts, and City back in possession. And Roberts has got to get back now, but he's running with a limp. Rodri brings the ball forward. Doyle. Oh, brilliant turn by Doyle. Drags Manning in and then goes past him. Mahrez. Ooh, a little step over here from Mahrez. Yes, Lowe, Doyle is on. Good to see. I'm hoping that Rodri comes off for a rest now, because he's the only one on there that's, in the City first team. Get Rodri off and get Claudio Gomez on. Not sure how long Pep will give it. Maybe if it gets to 4-0, he'll bring Claudio on. The thing is, what Rodri does, he's really good. He controls the game, doesn't he? The tempo of the game. He's a bit like Sergio Busquets. He's probably the closest thing you'll see to Sergio Busquets. And if Gomez comes on, it's whether he can do that, because I don't think he's that sort of player, Claudio Gomez. He doesn't control the game. He's more of a, he breaks up play and does little short passes, whereas Rodri can sort of dictate the tempo a bit more. Here's Rodri. Doyle. Doyle goes back to Walker. City have sort of lost their penetration a bit here, though. Not being as offensive. Bernardo Silva. Wide to Walker. Stefan. Oh, confident goalkeeper from Stefan. He's been learning from Edison. Laporte. Poor pass. Hard work from Ferran Torres, though. De Hander. Got great footwork. Well, they've given it away to Mendy here, Swansea. Grimes it was. Mendy into Rodri. Look at the space for Jesus on the right-hand side. Here comes Jesus. Mendy's making a run to the right wing. Jesus. Oh, poor by Jesus. Bernardo Silva, though. Bernardo. Oh, unlucky. Doyle running in for that one. And they get their head, Swansea, and City have got to get back now. Here's Lowe. Swansea have really started fading out of this game. De Hander's the only bright spark at the moment. And Swansea are going to make, I think, 3 changes. I think you're allowed 5 substitutions, aren't you, in the FA Cup? And we could see all 5 today from City, possibly. Sanjuni says De Bruyne will be back on the Manchester derby. That'll be a good one for City, because City do need him. I think they'll struggle against United without him. So it's Lowe who's coming off for Swansea, the striker. Not a bad game, really. First half he was lively. Second half he's coming off. He's not been good enough. It's also Morris coming off for Swansea. For the number 17, Whittaker. Looks like quite a tall striker, this young man. Maybe the manager has seen that he wants to put a man on Eric Garcia, and Bidwell's coming on. Bidwell, who said, I think in this week in an interview, that he played for City's youth team when he was a kid, and he used to go to some of the games. I think a final change for Swansea now. 4 changes, in fact. It's Roberts who's coming off for Freeman at right back. I think Roberts probably has an injury, and considering he is their starting fullback, kind of Roberts, they won't want to risk injury. And City are making a substitution as well now. City make their 3rd substitution. It's Bernardo Silva off. That's good to see. Give Bernardo a rest, and on comes Phil Foden. Surely Claudio Gomez is coming on for Rodri at some point to give him a rest. But Foden's on for Bernardo Silva, so a rest for Bernardo as well. And it's the midfield that was the first choice midfield, wasn't it? I think the game might sort of lose its tempo a bit now. But Foden playing in a midfield role, and we said earlier, didn't we, in the stream, that Guardiola sees Foden more of a winger at the moment because he can't control the tempo of a game. He plays all at one speed. Well, Guardiola's given him a chance today to prove he can play as a central midfielder alongside Tommy Doyle with Rodri in behind them. Swansea there, poor, and give it out for a goal, for a throw-in. City have the ball once again. Here's Kyle Walker back to Garcia. Rodri. Good play, Mendy. He's going to go back, I think, to Laporte, which he does. Here's Aymeric Laporte again. Eric Garcia. Well, Swansea still playing a 2 up front, the sort of diamond in midfield. Or is it a back 5, in fact? Doyle. Well played. Rodri. Definitely you can see Tommy Doyle's been learning from the training sessions with the City first team. When to pass, when not to pass. To be brave under pressure. There's Stefan. That ball between the 2 forwards to Rodri seems to always work. Foden's made a run. Rodri. Doyle out to Walker. Ferran Torres. And City go backwards here, no. They will eventually. Mahrez goes backwards to Rodri. Rodri's playing really well in midfield, he really is. I know it's against Swansea, but even so, having a top game in midfield is the Spaniard. So Juna says, "You're my favourite YouTuber, you're a legend." Thank you very much. That is it's a great thing to hear. You know, if you support the channel like that, that is great to hear. And, you know, when we set this channel up only a few months ago, never did I think I'd have 526 subscribers and people would be saying I'm their favourite YouTuber. Thank you very much. Please, you know, continue to support the channel. I hope you continue to enjoy the content we bring you and get as many people as you can to subscribe. Garcia's on a run here. He thought about a shot then. Doyle. What a cross. Oh, it's cleared away. Here's Manning. Try to clear it off Mahrez for a throw-in. Eventually does get one. But it's a wonderful cross from Doyle. And like I've said, Lowe said in the comments before, Doyle has got a really wicked cross on him that can cause massive problems. And if you enjoy the FA Cup on BT Sport, then Tottenham versus Everton at 7:45 tonight, so probably about an 8 o'clock kickoff. You get to see them 2 sides, or 8:15 kickoff against each other. You'd expect a Tottenham win, wouldn't you, between them 2 sides? But Dominic Calvert-Lewin is on form as always. And maybe he's a bit of a dark horse, Calvert-Lewin, in terms of a signing for Manchester City as replacement for Sergio Aguero. Good pass by Mahrez inside to Jesus. If like was fouled, referee thinks not. Jesus is confused. Swansea play the ball forward, but only as far as Kyle Walker. Mahrez around the corner. Foden. Here's Rodri. Heavy touch by Rodri. De Hander just takes Rodri's legs. It was a genuine attempt to play the ball for De Hander. He will get booked for that because it was nasty in the end. He didn't mean to do it. Surprising, you know, go over and apologise to Rodri there, De Hander. Nowhere near it though, just took both of Rodri's legs. It's a free kick for City, and City need to get Rodri off because he's going to get injured, and he's playing very well at the moment. Lowe says Rodri's looking excellent today. Really underrated performance. Exactly. And I think Rodri's injured now. And what have we said? Rodri's in a lot of pain now. Guardiola should have got Rodri off earlier. How long have we been saying get Claudio Gomez? And if Rodri's injured, we're in big trouble. Because it means Claudio Gomez is playing first team football. Pep Guardiola looks confused. Could be a bad one for Rodri, this. Kicked in the ankles. Hopefully it's just an impact injury. But he looks in a lot of pain, does the Spaniard. He's up. Get him off and get Claudio Gomez on. He's playing brilliantly and we've got no other oldie midfielder if Fernandinho's injured. Get Claudio Gomez on, Pep Guardiola. I can't see us throwing away a 3-0 lead with Gomez on the field. We've got enough experienced players in there. Rodri limps away. He looks in some pain, does Rodri. He's not one to go down, I don't think. He's a big man. And it is Claudio Gomez coming on. About time. Let's hope, Rodri, that isn't serious, because if it is, Pep's left him on too long, hasn't he? Lowe says that's the worst jinx. I say Rodri's had an excellent game and gets injured. That's what I've been saying, he's had a good game as well. Curse of the commentator, they call it. City have a free kick though in a good position. It's Tommy Doyle stands over it and Benjamin Mendy. I cannot see Benjamin Mendy taking it. And it shows the confidence of the players in the first team to let Doyle take this if Tommy Doyle was to take it. I hope he scores this. I hope Tommy Doyle scores this. Top corner. Rocket. He scored for the youth team, Tommy Doyle. He's got it in his locker. He's picked the ball up again. City taking the time. I think they're going to let City make the substitution of Rodri for Claudio Gomez. The young Frenchman, the number 81. On he comes. I really hope he has a good game as well. He looked really good, didn't he? A few years ago for PSG. He's only a small man and that's why he's linked with, liking to N'Golo Kante in his style. So Doyle puts the ball back down. Free kick for Tommy Doyle. He's breathing heavily, Doyle. This could be a massive moment for the young man in his City career. Doyle into the wall. Embarrassing. Not so much. He gave it a go, didn't he? Unlucky for Doyle. Tried it. Here's Claudio Gomez. And he goes back to Stefan Gomez. There must be something good about Gomez. Like I said, he looked good for PSG's youth team. And he was captaining France at all sort of age levels. I mean, you can't all make it, can you? But if City have picked him up, they've seen some on him. PSG are very unhappy to lose him. Here's Laporte. Garcia. Walker. It depends how much they trust Gomez, the City players. You see with Doyle, he's played with the first team for a lot now, trained with them anyway. And they trust him a lot on the ball. Doyle again. Back to Kyle Walker. Laporte. Ball over the top. Good ball to Ferran Torres. Onto his right foot. Inside to Doyle. Down the line to Mahrez. Mahrez should cut it back. Oh, what a ball! I think Mendy saved that off the line. Mahrez puts a ball about an inch away from the goal line. Just rolls it along across it. Mendy at the back post. Oh, it's good defending from Latibaudier. Foden gets a rebound shot that's blocked, but Latibaudier threw his body in there to stop Mendy from getting to that. Fair play to the young man. Here's Claudio Gomez. Doyle. What a cross from Doyle. Cleared away. So he's got that Kevin De Bruyne cross about him, hasn't he, Doyle? He really has. 73 minutes played. Still 3-0 to City. I can't see him throwing this away. I'd like to see a goal for Doyle, though. Here's Tommy Doyle. Back he goes to Walker. There's a lot of 2-0s in the comments, weren't there, at the start of the game? I think there's a 3-1 as well. I think Gary Ramsden went with a 3-0. Here's Mendy. Little nutmeg and fouled by Latibaudier. That'll be a free kick for City in a good position again. Foden's over this one. Well, Rodri is limping down the tunnel here. They've got footage from inside the tunnel at Swansea. And off Rodri limps, so that is not good for City. He finally starts playing really well, Rodri. He's really grown into his role. And a one late tackle because he's left on too long and he's injured. Big shame for Rodri. Hopefully it's just a bit of an impact injury and he'll be fine. It looked like his Achilles. The back of his heel where he's been kicked. Here's Foden. Cross in. Poor cross. Cleared away. Ferran Torres. Him and Foden have got a really good connection. What a ball, Ferran Torres. Here's Phil Foden. Oh, and he can't cut it back to anyone. Latibaudier read that. Good tackle, Doyle. Brilliant tackle, Doyle. Free kick. Tommy Doyle puts his foot on the ball. Jure says big win for the more irreverent team in Manchester. The best team in Manchester. Manchester City. Loasis, where can I watch the youth team? Because I really like to watch them. They are on City Plus. It's is it City Plus? They have their own sort of. It's a bit like MUTV or LFC TV. That sort of way. They don't put all the youth games on, unfortunately. I think there is ways out there. If you go on Twitter or online, there will be people who are putting it on somewhere, because for whatever reason, some of these games are shown abroad, but not here. I mean, it's a big shame for City, because I know with Manchester United, they show every youth game that is played, apart from I think it's the under-16s, because they legally can't. They show all the games played, and it's really good to see the teams play, but City tend to not put them on. But I think it's City Plus, which is their streaming website, City streaming website, their official one. It is a certain amount of money per month to watch that, but they do put occasionally some of the youth team games on there. But there is other ways to watch it, I'm sure. If you have a look around, there will be people who have got the game on. Andrew says, definitely a concern about Rodri. Yep, starts playing well, gets injured. But they left him on too long, didn't they? Left him on way too long. Chance here, Whittaker, goal for Swansea. 20-year-old Morgan Whittaker comes on and scores a really good volley into the bottom corner. Clean sheet gone. I said 4-1, didn't I? Tell you what, I could be right here. I said 4-1. Poor defending. Whose fault is this one? Garcia. Nowhere near him. Eric Garcia stands about 6 foot away from him and then just sort of half-heartedly tries to block this. Good finish from Whittaker, in fact. Really good finish. Ooh, Stefan nearly got his fingertips on it. But Garcia nowhere near it. Could be shaky times for City. Doyle, great ball to Mahrez. We've got enough up front to finish this side off. Oh, can't get the head of Bidwell. Plays it away. Big positive one for Swansea though. Like I say, if they score the next goal, Swansea City could be in a lot of trouble here. Here they come down the left-hand side, Swansea. Big switch to the other side of the field. Varane will get there and knocks it back to Mendy pretty easily. Loasis is a good finish from Whittaker. Definitely a good finish from Whittaker. Very impressive. Here's Phil Foden. Fouled and fouled again. Here's a free kick. 15 attempts to 6 for City. That's their first shot on target. City have had 9 attempts off target. Swansea 5. But 1 shot on target, 1 goal. It's like having Claudio back in goal, isn't it? Although you can't blame Stefan too much for that one. Garcia was nowhere near Whittaker when he picked up that ball. Don't know why he sat so deep off him. Just allowed him so much space to shoot. Ooh, Mendy. Back to Ferran Torres. Look at Ferran go. Here he comes, Ferran. Oh, back to Jesus. Mahrez. Off he goes, Mahrez. And his right foot. Good save by Woodman at his near post with his boot. Mahrez uses his right foot. Tries to drill it in the bottom corner. Good reactions from Woodman. Got his foot there to stop it. Here's Walker. Good strength by Kyle Walker. And back to Garcia. I don't think the City players trust Claudio Gomez very much, do they? If you noticed, he is not getting a touch to the ball. But his movement isn't fantastic, if I'm honest. He's too deep here. He needs to just be a bit further forward. Good little back heel from Jesus. Doyle. Fantastic little back heel from Doyle. Jesus. Mahrez. Desperate to get it on his left foot. Doyle. Jesus. City go back. That's a nice little back heel by both Jesus and Doyle there. Doyle very involved in the second half. That's another great ball by Doyle. Jesus. Tell you what. Tommy Doyle could do a Phil Foden. Gets enough chances. I just hope he takes them. I'm sure he will. Here's Garcia. Wide to Doyle again. Poor pass, but it goes. Lets it run through to Mahrez. Mahrez with the back heel to Doyle. That's a poor pass by Mahrez. Shakes his head, but it's his own problem. Cleared away by Grimes. On as far as Walker. Great football from City. Play out of their danger so easily. Laporte's in acres of space. And he picks up the ball to bring it forward. Here's Aymeric Laporte. Back to Garcia. Mahrez on this right hand side. Look at Doyle in acres of space, but Mahrez chooses not to pass to him. He's going through the middle, Mahrez. Great ball to Mendy at the back post. Woodman throws his body at it. Foden got a push in the back. I think it's an offside, is it, against Benjamin Mendy or Phil Foden, in fact. We'll see it again here. Well, it's Mendy that's offside. Mendy's offside. Pretty clear. Good few yards offside. And Swansea have a free kick. So 10 minutes to go into this FA Cup tie. City 3-1 lead over Swansea. The only negative from this game, I mean, barring the goal, but you can't blame them too much on that one, is the Rodri injury. Could keep him out for a few weeks, depending on how serious it is. Here's Walker. Just a great physical player, isn't he, Walker? They go to tackle him there, the Swansea player, and ends up on his face flat on the floor. Hasn't got the strength to outmuscle Kyle Walker. Here's Benjamin Mendy. Claudio Gomez receives the ball under pressure and then plays a very nice ball into Jesus. Well played, Claudio Gomez. Jesus just couldn't hold on to it. Mendy, good play. Back to Gomez. Wide to Doyle. Tommy Doyle. Oh, it's Kyle Walker. Mahrez. Here's Mahrez coming inside once again into Doyle. Good play by Doyle. Mendy. Foden. Mendy again. Ooh, Mendy turns. He's not sure what to do there. He's telling Ferran to just sort of hold a bit of a wider position there in the wing. Mahrez. Poor touch by Riyad Mahrez and gives the ball away. Really poor by the Algerian Riyad Mahrez on the right wing there. Had a chance. He just give the ball away. Laporte, good interception. Cleared away. Swansea have definitely, done himself proud here today. They've done really well. If you don't subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We've actually gone by 2 subscribers, gone up. We're on 527 now. Thank you very much, everyone. Let's try and get it to 530 if we can. I don't think we will do that by the end of this stream, considering there's only just over 6 minutes left of the game. But if you can get some people to subscribe to the channel, get us to 530, that would be absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much for your support. Garcia in there. Good switch by the Swansea player, and they've asked Manning to pick it up. Whittaker's making a really good run here. Here he comes, Whittaker. Garcia deals with that one. Whittaker's a bit of an odd sort of looking striker, really. Oh, nasty tackle on Claudio Gomez, who spun the striker there. The young man gets up and just plays on. Nice to see from the 19-year-old. No rolling around, no nonsense. Spun the Swansea player, got a kick in the ankle for his troubles, gets straight back up. Off he goes. Laporte. Back to Zach Steffen. He'll be a bit disappointed he's conceded today. I think he'll want a clean sheet, the American. But Garcia's let him down a bit. Mahrez, good pass. Oh, Tommy Doyle, off he goes. Doyle bursting into the box here. He's got Foden. Doyle goes for goal himself. Oh, it's just wide of the post. Half cross, half shot from Doyle. Pep Guardiola looks very disappointed by Tommy Doyle here missing this. He looks very annoyed. Foden there at the back post. Doyle goes through. Oh, I think it's a cross to Foden from Doyle. I think it's a cross. He hasn't shot there. Pep Guardiola can't believe Doyle's done a bad job there. Pep looks very unhappy, and that's not good for Doyle. Looks very unhappy, Pep Guardiola, with Tommy Doyle's cross. There was just too much on it. He's fired it in there to Foden. He just needs to put it along the floor and let Foden tap it in. A very odd choice across from Doyle. Of course, as a young player, decision making is something that gets better as you grow as a player, as you play with other players. But I'm very surprised Doyle there didn't just lay it across the box to Foden. Disappointing. Mendy. Oh, he's won the header. Here's Ferran Torres. City in again. Ferran. He's offside, Ferran, apparently. He's not sure how. I can't believe Doyle's over it, that pass there. I'm as bemused as Pep Guardiola. I thought he'd shot, but he hasn't. He's just, one of them crosses where you think, why has he hit that so hard? There's no chance. There's no need. Back in possession with Doyle. He's had a good game as well, Doyle. Very good game. Let himself down there with that because he could have got himself an assist. You know how, sort of picky and what would you call it? Sort of ruthless Pep Guardiola is with his side. If you don't do something right, you can't guarantee you'll be in there next time. So Tommy Doyle's got to be careful doing things like that. Obviously, he's a young man and he make mistakes, but he should have picked that pass to Foden. Never mind anyway, because we're nearly back on the ball again here. Gomez. Great win by Claudio Gomez. Just can't keep it. Back in possession with Swansea. Maybe Claudio Gomez was going to get quite a bit more game time if we're going to see Rodri out injured. Long ball by Swansea. Garcia's got to deal with this, which he does. Wins ahead of Garcia. You don't see that very often. And Kyle Walker nobs it back to Zach Steffen. Calm by City. Seeing out these last 5 minutes now. Gomez. Doyle. Walker. Poor pass. Jesus leaves it and no one's there. Kyle Walker's fault. Jesus give Kyle Walker the look of death there. Wasn't happy with that poor pass from Walker. Long ball by Woodman. Gomez, well played. Uses his body well. Claudio Gomez back on the ball. Jesus, Gomez again. The City players starting to trust Gomez a bit more, which is really nice to see. Garcia. And Aymeric Laporte. 86 minutes and 32 seconds played. Laporte. They're probably out maybe 1 or 2 minutes added time. I want City to get a fourth, so my prediction's right. Let us know if your prediction was right. I can't quite remember all the predictions. If you predicted 3-1, let us know in the comments now or just towards the end of the game. As you are today's winner. Unfortunately, you don't win anything, just a well done, I suppose. We're at 528 subscribers now. Thank you very much. Another subscriber on the toll. Brilliant to see. Keep this channel growing. Thank you very much. Here's Jesus. Mahrez on his left foot. Riyad Mahrez back to Doyle. Back Doyle goes to Eric Garcia. City's seeing out this game now. I can't see Pep making all 5 subs unless he brings 2 players on now. Give Adrian Benabe a bit of a run out on the wing possibly, but I don't think he will. Here's Ferran Torres. Gary Ramsden says, my prediction was right until the 77th minute. Unlucky with a 3-0. There's quite a few 3-0s, in fact. Gary. Ooh, big tackle by Manning on Walker there. But it goes straight back to Steffen. You're unlucky, Gary. Whittaker there. Blame Eric Garcia for that one. Not tight enough to young Whittaker. And he grabbed a goal for Swansea City. I said 4-1, so I'm 1 goal away. Maybe City could nick one before the final whistle. I'm hoping so anyway. Here's Garcia. I think Walker's picked up a bit of an injury actually after that big tackle from Manning. He bent over, hands on his knees. No, he's back up there. 134 touches for Kyle Walker. The most touches by any City player on the field today. Garcia in second with 107. And then Rodri in third with 94. Doyle. Back to Walker. Give it Claudio Gomez there, Tommy Doyle. Trust your teammate. Here's Gomez. Good turn. Good footwork from Gomez. I think he looks a very tidy player, Claudio Gomez. Deserves his chance at the club. I think so anyway. Give him a chance. Why not? And if he does get his chance and he starts to play well, you know, if you think of these sort of City Football Group signings, there's only one that's ever made it into the first team. A 1.7 million signing from a Ukrainian team, and that was Alexander Zinchenko. And Alexander Zinchenko had a failed loan move at PSV, stayed at the club for whatever reason because couldn't find another loan move, and made it into the City first team. And Claudio Gomez, where was he on loan last season? PSV Eindhoven. So possibly PSV is the place to go to get a failed loan move to then make it into the City first team. Swansea messing it around with the back here and mistake. Mendy keeps it in. Jesus. Oh, poor touch from Jesus. And they give it away though. Tommy Doyle. And someone's offside. I think it's Gabriel Jesus offside. And Swansea get a free kick. Gabriel Jesus gets the BT Sport man of the match. I'd give my man of the match to Rodri. I thought he controlled the game perfectly. I think Jesus has scored a wonder goal. With that touch, wonder goal. But Rodri controlled the game offensively and defensively, and that's not easy to do. It's not like you just shut them out and stops them from attacking. He also created so many chances going forward as well, so Rodri would be my man of the match, and it's such a shame he's gone off injured. 90 minutes played now, 2 minutes added time. Swansea in again here. Could set it up for a grandstand finish if they got a goal. Fulton. Kyle Walker nods it away. Grimes. Laporte knocks it away. Fulton. Wide to the fullback for Swansea up against Mendy. Mendy does well. Ferran and then back to Laporte who clears it away. Andrew says great commentary again. Thank you very much. It's good to see. It's good to see how many subscribers we've grown by on this stream. Keep the subscribers coming. We want to hit that massive milestone as a YouTube channel as 1,000 subscribers. So if you can do that, that would be absolutely incredible. And I think it's nice to have this subscriber count on now. I've been thinking about it for a while, but it gets for you guys to see how the channel's growing. And then people who watch the videos can go back, can't you, a few months ago and see, oh, the channel was on this many subscribers at the time of this live stream. And now they're on that many subscribers. Thank you very much. Here's Ferran Torres. Up for the header. Oh, Jesus. City 3-on-1 here. Jesus can't be greedy. He's not. Ferran Torres. Oh, and Mahrez. Both didn't know which to go for it there. Riyad Mahrez. He's got Foden on the edge of the box. Mahrez. Stupid cross from Riyad Mahrez. City have wasted plenty of chances today, and that's something Pep Guardiola surely will pick up with them after the match. 15 seconds left of the game. Mark Kern says, yes, you got the closest guy. Well done. I haven't predicted the full-time score yet, which was only a half-time one. Seconds left. The referee's surely going to blow his whistle now. He's waiting. 92 minutes played off the 2 minutes of added time. And that is full-time. Manchester City 3, Swansea City 1. Good performance in the end. A good win for City. Rodri had a great game. Gundogan and Bernardo. City put out a strong side. Guardiola picked a very strong side. And in the end, it's worked out, hasn't it? A 3-1 win for City in the FA Cup. And on they go to the next round. Julie says subscribers are increasing, which is great to see. I hope you continue to do well. The commentary is great. Cheers. Thank you very much. It's great to feel appreciated on this channel. We're working very hard, putting out as many videos as we can do at the moment. And it's good to see you guys are enjoying it. And I think this video has done very well, this live stream. We've got 177 views on this video from just live right now. So thank you very much. And thank you for the subscribers. So Manchester City progress in the FA Cup. They beat Swansea City side 3-1. We'll have to find out in the draw who they get next. Probably another away game, but probably a side that teams aren't so happy about. They don't tend to draw the bigger sides, people say, don't they? We've got another live stream this weekend. It's Manchester City versus Spurs, a massive Premier League game. So please join us again for that Premier League game against Spurs. They've got Harry Kane back. And you know what Jose Mourinho's sides like to do against Pep Guardiola's side? Sits back, hits him on the counter. And if City were to lose that game, they'd really go further behind in the table from where they are now. And they need to keep that 10-point lead up, don't they? That is going to be massive for them. Sanjuna says bye. Thank you for having you, Sanjuna. It's been great to have you. Marcus Kern says great commentary. Cheers for the good game. Thank you very much. Well, no one got the score prediction right. City get a 3-1 win. And it's all for a good week until Saturday, is it, when City play Tottenham Hotspur. And I think we are live the day after on the second channel as well. But we'll find out more about that. We've got the FIFA 21 career mode coming on Friday. So be there on Friday and on Sunday. 3 episodes a week coming out. And of course, we have the Celta Vigo career mode, 4:30 UK time tomorrow. So please tune in for that. And please keep getting people to subscribe. Get your friends, get anyone to subscribe. It's great to have you. Hit that subscribe button. It's been great to be everyone. Thank you very much. Just keep liking that video. Keep subscribing to the channel. Honestly, you're doing a fantastic job. And so is City at the moment. We'll see you next time.